and you're like walking around like a store or something, if you really just want, if you just want to giggle, if you just want to laugh,
Right.
just be like, okay, let me, before I go there, let me say, you know how in the movie Lion King where he goes Mufasa and then everybody goes, ooh,
Yeah.
and they're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mufasa, ooh, Mufasa, ooh. And the hyenas are like doing that whole scene there
Yeah. Yeah. I remember
for
that
the
real
chicken.
clearly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they act like they're mocking Mufasa.
So, so if you want a really good laugh, just go in public and be like, Mandela Effect. Ooh.
Oh, people go crazy. You get a real
They,
crazy reaction.
they, people are like, ugh, like the same kind of reaction with Mufasa, with Mandela Effect. It's nuts. It's it's kind of funny. Now, the people that aren't like under the veil aren't asleep like us,
Right.
and you say Mandela Effect, they're not going to react. They're going to look at you like, why are you saying that? But people that are like where their hearts are so hardened and they're underneath the veil and they're believing the lie so much that they won't wake up, that you might as well just dig a hole in the ground. You know what I mean? Like they're just
Yeah.
not waking up. I'm not talking about dig a hole from die, but like a dig a hole to China. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
Those people, if you
You are.
say Mandela effect to them, they they totally are like, whoa.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got you now.
Oh, it's funny. I didn't realize it, and I said something to a couple people, and I watched the reaction. Like they became unsettled, uneasy immediately, like agitated, and I'm like, strange. So then I let it go. I didn't think about it anymore. And then later on that night after it happened, and this is like 3 or 4 days ago, and I just started really thinking about it, and then I tried it on a couple of people. I just when I was at the store, I was like just talking, and then I just kind of said it a little louder. I'm like Mandela effect,
Right.
and it works out in public, even. Like even when you're not talking to a certain person, when you're just passing someone and you
Yeah.
say it, they do that shiver like woo thing. So it must be like a trigger keyword that is supernaturally somehow being downloaded into their mind.
Yeah. It's like
Like
it's waking them up or something, or it's doing something.
I think it's like part of the deception where everyone's getting these uploads and we're not.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the trigger words because you say that and they just shake and then they look at you with like this evil, creepy expression, and it's just kind of strange.
Wow. I
Yeah.
gotta try that.
Yeah, just walk
Mandela.
around.
Mandela. Woo.
Yeah.
Mandela
Ooh,
effect.
Mufasa Mandela.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hey, Becky.
So
Hey.
funny.
Was well, I kind of came in at that point. That was like it was perfect. Oh man.
It's it's weird how people are reacting out here in the real world. I don't go into the town or anything hardly ever, but I had a ball the last time I did.
That's funny.
Oh yeah.
It's it's great when they think you're nuts. Then you know you're on to something.
Well, none of the people know me, so I'm not too worried about whether they think
Right.
I'm nuts or not.
Right.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it's just hilarious
I need
because
to
you can be
check
That's
back.
walking.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's
Sorry.
just funny, just walking down aisles and stuff and past someone and saying it.
You say it like the Mandela effect. Is that what you're? Is that what? I don't hear
Yeah, like
everything.
yeah, like I'll pretend to be talking to someone on the phone, or if I'm with someone walking,
Uh
I'll just look over at someone and be like, about the Mandela effect, and then they're like, ooh.
huh.
And it's It's fun. It's kind of like when someone gets in your way and you're like, beep, beep, I don't have cart insurance, move.
You made
Run
me.
away, runaway car, get out of my way, please.
Well, you
Oh,
made me think of there was a car that stopped at a red light turning, and they could have turned right, and they stopped and sat there in front of us for the longest time, and my husband's driving, and I'm running late for the appointment anyway, and I'm like, honk the horn. And he's like trying to push my hand away, and I'm reaching back. I'm like, honk that horn. I'm gonna be late. I only have a 15-minute window. And and I'm like, what are they waiting for? Go, people, please. Go, you can turn right. No one's coming. I mean, come on. It reminded me of that, but yeah. Oh, that was my experience yesterday. I was yelling out. I was like, go, come on. Not really nothing to do with the effect, but I just found it odd that they were sitting there forever.
yeah.
I don't know, it just bugged.
I think
Oh,
people must get in some kind of download or something. Who knows?
I know they were stopped there like do 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 do. We're just gonna sit here,
Yeah, just honk the horn. I'm surprised people behind you weren't honking their horn.
I know, I know. I mean, had I been driving, I would have already done that, as politely as I could have went about it, but like it didn't have to be like honk honk.
Honk.
A couple little beeps would have been nice, Get them
That,
going,
that,
get them moving. But oh me. Anyway, but yeah, it is interesting. I need to check back with the hairdresser that is shared about the effect because she heard the song when I was in there, like totally random hairdresser.
right?
I just haven't been able to get back yet, and I need to. So I'll try to shoot for that this coming month. See if she's still there. Hopefully she will be. We'll see. But she seemed to pay attention and remember everything as we originally remember it, and she was going to go check it out like that night, and it was a Friday night. So on a Friday night, she's like, I'm going to be checking out Mandela Effect. So I was like, yeah, go ahead, do that. I'm going to have to come back in here sometime. So yeah, I talked about it. I couldn't help it because I felt like she needed to know, She was all concerned with, I think the Barbie song had come on, I believe it was. Or
Oh,
the world. One of the
Bar-
two it was. Yeah. Because we
wow.
talked about both. Yeah. Yep. And she was all like, that's not right. And I'm like, well, have you heard of this? So, yep. So,
Man,
yep. Yeah. It's pretty interesting. I kind of gave it to her in small doses, little by little. So,
that's what you got to do. You got to feed them by bites, otherwise they'll choke.
well, too, she was styling my hair and,
Yeah, it's true. You don't go. Whoops! I lopped off a lock of hair.
right.
Well, yeah, you don't want to say Mandela effect to someone.
Oh,
The pair of scissors in their hand.
Mufasa, Mandela effect. Ooh.
No, she was like also coloring my hair to some extent, and I'm like, yeah,
Oh
let's
no.
take it easy. But she brought it up to me, so I felt safe to proceed little by little. If
oh yeah. If they bring it up, man, it's like no holds barred. It's field day.
well, I mean, she didn't bring up the word Mandela effect. I'll specify, clarify, but she did
Oh,
bring
okay,
up she did bring up like this whole what's going on, like that's not what I remember. You know what I mean? So it was kind of my intro, rather. So I was like, well, have you heard of, the quantum or Mandela effect? She's like, no. I'm like, you want to hear about it? Like, do you want me to? Because I think I know why this is like this. And she was like, sure. So we proceeded.
well, that's great, man. Ian, you just hit me. Maybe I should make like a flyer or a track because I can print up like thousands of them, and then I could just like scatter them all out throughout Kingdom Come.
Right. Yeah. Um, we had somebody like kind of wondering just a little bit ago. We were in conversation and was wondering if we are not in some kind of experiment as an idea, like a control and a variable, but I think we all ultimately agreed it's honestly, we feel the great deception and everything, you know? So
Yeah.
I know we're all still trying to figure it out. We talk it out, we share experiences, but man, I tell you what, it is something else. I mean, this is like nothing I've ever
Oh, I know.
been.
It's totally straight out Twilight Zone. I mean, I'm still like just in shock and awe. I'm like fascinated with the way things can literally change. It's a fascinating thing.
Right.
You
Um,
know.
well, anybody have any experiences today, personally or anything that they've noticed?
Well, it's funny talking about synchronicities. I was talking to my friend, and we're talking about like signals being dropped on a cell phone. As soon as we said that, my phone said no service. I said, "You got to be kidding me?"
Let me ask you a question. Do you think it is possible for a phone to be no service, but then get a picture, like a screenshot of it, where it looks like there's a time and a date, but yet it says no service?
I'm not really sure. That
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure
oh,
out an anomaly that happened to me. Like, I need to show you guys.
This
um,
when I didn't have service, when all the phones were down, my phone still showed a date and the time. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it totally showed that.
okay, because I had something that happened, and I checked the details on the picture, and it's different than what come up. What happened today was it was about 12:46 today's date, August 22nd, 2017, as it should be. And I'm sorry, I need just a second. I'm so sorry to have to pause. I've got to take care of
oh,
something
that's
really quick and I'll pick it right back up.
oh,
Sorry.
got all the time in the world.
Okay. I got my little kitten that I've taken in, and obviously he's hungry. And I'm not going to take him just, it's one thing to nip, but when they come up and nip really hard, that's quite another. So kind of diverted me for a second. um, I'm sorry about that. Go ahead and throw down something for him. I can carry on. I don't think something wants me to tell you guys about this. It was weird. Um, here you go. All right, so I noticed my phone cut off all of a sudden, and I just so happened to have it in my hand when it happened. I was going to put it on the charge, or I was picking it up off the charge. Actually, I believe it was, and so right away it cut off, and then when it cut back on, it said it said Monday, January 23rd, and it was 5:50 on the screen. It said no service up above. It still showed my little picture, and in the bottom right-hand corner, it said 2015. It had a year. Now, when I took the screenshot, I like acted quickly, and I went to screenshot it, and then I took another right behind it. I took like two in succession, and it did not show the 2015 date on the screenshot itself, but it basically showed 5:50 Monday, January 23rd. And then when I checked the details, it says August 22nd, 2017 at like 12. Let me see the time real quick, guys, and I'll tell you exactly. I'm going to check this picture. Um, I'll send it to to you guys to see it as well.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna need to kind of video me showing my screenshot and bringing up the
Yeah.
detail,
Yeah.
because the
You want
details
to?
will cover over the picture itself, but the detail says August 22nd, 2017, 12:47 p.m. And then the second shot It came up 12:46 Tuesday, August 22nd. On my screen, it's got this junk notification, clean it, whatever, whatever. And then it goes, Android system couldn't capture screenshot. Problem encountered while saving screenshot. And I'm like, no, it didn't. I got it. And on that detail, it says August 22nd, 2017, 12:46, 52 p.m. So I don't know what happened. I just know it was weird. It was really weird. So I just thought I would share that and try to see, was it a true ME? Was it something like that? I can't say for sure. Was it something with the phone itself? But still, it clearly isn't Monday, January 23rd. So
Wow.
I'm going to send you guys this picture of it.
And the clock on your phone is correct. Like it shows the real time.
Yeah. Like right now, let me see. 9:36 p.m. for me, Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to try to get a screenshot. I'm going to go ahead and mute while I get these pictures. So you guys,
yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
Sure.
I'm here.
Yeah. Hey, I got a commenter on here, Diane Baldwin.
Yeah.
Maybe I can invite her on this thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
You see the little person with the plus at the top on your screen? You click that, and then you just type her name in there, and it'll send her a link.
Oh, okay.
And then you don't need to ask her any personal information.
Right. I'll just copy her name and paste it to that thing. Let me get this up here. Okay. Hit the plus. And I copy it to where? The send invite?
Yeah. When you click on that little person with the plus, it'll pop open. And
yeah, I guess. Let me see what happens here. All right. Hey, Diane, I see you're making a comment. I sent you a link. Hey, Rena, go ahead and come on in here. Like I said, this is my first run in the live Google Hangouts. So I'm learning the ropes here.
you're doing great.
Thank you. Diane can't get on. That's cool.
Oh, she might not have the Google Hangouts. Because it's different than just a YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh, sorry. I sent the images. I'll do a picture. I try to send it like back, the two together. That screenshot, and then the details come up, and then the next screenshot, and then the detail for that one. I don't know. It just baffled me. So, but yeah, you're doing great at this. First time.
Yeah, first time. Rena's going to get on about 15 minutes. She's got to put the boo to sleep. I told her just go ahead and get some NyQuil and say, hey, honey, go ahead and drink some of this stuff, and we'll put you right to sleep.
Oh. Yeah, those were the parents. I think our parents' sometimes used to like. Here you
especially
when they're teething or something, right?
Yeah, when they're teething or crying, or if they're just bouncing off the walls. Hey, kid, come over here.
Oh, right. Well, nowadays
it's time for night,
Yeah. Oh, she'll be over soon.
This is great. I got at least 2 people in my live chat room. This is awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Always helps when you have some kind of audience to kind of help guide you.
Yeah, it is. Diana was saying, so Anthony Patch said CERN is going to be 100 times more than what they said this is November. I guess she's saying that they're ramping up the power again.
Oh, it's CERN.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She says maybe more MEs. That's what I like to hear. Can't get enough of them. That's what I say. Are you sure? Go ahead and put a few more holes in the human skull. You know, we're already riddled up like Swiss cheese.
Oh,
So, hey, Melissa, did you find any new changes in the human skull or the human body? I know you've been checking that anatomy book every day.
no, I haven't found any new ones since the cartilage on the chest.
Yeah, like when all the
Which
bones are merging together.
I think no, like the very front of your chest, there's cartilage next to the sternum now. Did you see that?
No, let me go pull up the old
Yeah,
Google.
there's cartilage there now. It's not bone anymore. And I was talking to my mom about it. I'm like, did you know we had cartilage? And I was showing her, and she was like, well, I broke my bone. And just as she started to say, and she was pointing right to where there would be cartilage, she's like, I broke my
Right.
bone here, but, and then she just stopped and she looked at me like stupefied. And I was like, well, it says it's cartilage now. So was it bone or is it cartilage that you broke? And
Oh,
she goes, I don't know. I don't remember. And I went, I was like, Mom, I was like, I
wait.
really wish you would just stay awake.
Here, let me go ahead and do a screenshot here because I got a picture of what says coastal cartilage, sternum, and ribs.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me put that on the old screenshot here. This is a new thing. Let's see.
Yeah, that'd be
Screenshot. I'll share that.
Click
okay.
on your
Okay.
name at the bottom, your little box at the bottom.
Okay.
It'll say on you. Yeah, that all
click
that
on
stuff highlighted right there is now cartilage.
everything that's red is cartilage now.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Wow.
Click on.
Now Yeah. Oh, you
Okay.
don't see it? Oh, I gotta click on my name, right?
No, we.
Yeah, it keeps.
Wait. Oh,
You
okay.
guys see it or no?
I saw it a minute ago.
Whoops. Let me get out of this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, now you should see it, right?
Yeah. Melissa, do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, I see it.
That's crazy. I thought
That's
cartilage was
cartilage.
like the sternum. I thought the sternum was cartilage. What was cartilage? Just that little thing at the end?
No, none of that I know of was
None of-
cartilage before.
Wow.
Well, let me ask you.
Who's that? Dragon.
So now that cartilage, that's obviously not hard like a rib. I mean, like bone. It's soft, right?
Apparently, it was all of a sudden this there, and I was like, why is this highlighted blue? And then I clicked on
Wow.
it, and then
Yeah. I got a
I
blue shot of that.
Mm-hmm.
I told a couple different people, and they were like, well, it's always been like that. And I'm, where have you been? No. And so
Wow.
That's not going to protect us as well.
No, it's not
no,
hard, right?
it's not.
Oh, what are they doing?
Making it easier to try to like stab our heart or something. Punch our lung.
Just punch right on through, right?
Punch, yeah.
Well, if you look from behind, you have like these spiky things coming out of your back now.
Holy moly.
Yeah, you see those things? Yeah, they're just like floating out in the middle of nowhere. You could snap one right off, right? If you get hit in the right area.
Look at your shoulder, you have like these hook looking things now.
Yeah, let me get a shoulder view here.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you could hear me. I didn't want to interrupt you guys.
Oh, that's okay. You're there. Welcome aboard.
How's everybody doing tonight?
We're doing good.
I'm doing pretty good. I've got something that I think I found a change on. Possibly it's not in the anatomy, so I want to wait till we go through some more of the anatomy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been kind of a long day for me, but I'm sticking in there.
There you go. Real trooper.
Yeah.
What word should I look up, Melissa, for the what you were telling me about the shoulders?
Well, you can see it in that picture right there. It's got like two little hooky things.
Is it the scapula or something, Melissa?
No,
Scapula.
it's above the scapula.
Okay.
Oh, let me put that word in. Scapula.
It's above the scapula. It's on the.
It's a 50-cent word. This is back when you changed. It's a 50-cent word, scapula.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
You find it?
Is this what you're talking about? The two
No, it's
red
above
pieces?
that on the corner. It has two hooky things now.
That is weird.
When
Let's
you're
see it.
looking down on the shoulder.
Ooh. All right, let me
Bring it
look.
up. Bring it up, Tom. Let me see it.
You see it, right? You're seeing the image with the.
Yes,
What's above the
I
scalp?
do see it. I do see it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not right.
No.
No, that's not right.
I gotta look at these.
Is anybody else experiencing terrible shoulder pain?
Huh.
I've been experiencing a
Yeah,
lot of body pain.
a bunch
I
of.
mean, yeah, but especially shoulder pain. I mean, my wife and I both have terrible shoulder pain now that we've never had before. I mean, I've been in perfect health, all my life. And now it's just for the last, I don't know, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. It's not going away, which is very, very strange.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I've been right. I know that it hurts more for me to lay there. You should be able to lay on your side to some degree and not hurt. In that area, those areas, your shoulder.
that's it exactly. Right.
Right.
And me, for us, you can see me, right? For us, it's lifting up my arm. It's almost like my throwing my whole shoulder right where we see on the screen. If that changed, that would be something that really hurts. Now, my left arm, I don't really do a whole lot with it, but my right arm is just killing me. We thought it was just the way we were sleeping. So no, it's just not going away. We don't know what it is.
Exactly.
We don't know what it is, and it's driving me crazy because I've never had anything like it before.
Right.
It's just one of those things.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to speak.
No, the top of your one. Is this Melissa, right?
No, this is Becky.
Okay, Becky.
I put the little thinker up, and I know it's not technically like, all that's changed, but
no harm, no foul. It's
icon.
okay. It's okay.
Because I wanted people to think, I thought it was kind of cool with that, but yeah, the top of my head on each side, at the top, not the temple, but above it, on each side has kind of been really tender at times. More so than not. I had that saying like, oh, my hair hurts almost. It's just very tender at the top for like whatever reason.
Is it more sensitive or more headaches or what?
It hurts almost like to touch it right there. Like it's almost a bruised feeling. And I do get headaches, but what I'm kind of talking about with it right in that, it's like that local spot. Like it wasn't inside my head. It's like the scalp itself. The bone. It felt like it hurt. Yeah.
You had this only since discovering the Mandela Effect?
With it hurting like that, it's
Yes.
been... I can't say that maybe not throughout my life I've, had something kind of tender here or there, but it's been few and far between. Since the effect, I've noticed a lot more things just hurt to the touch.
Well, I find that women are much more on top of things body wise. They know when something hurts and when something doesn't hurt. They can give you the time of day, the month, whatever. This is this is the operation I had. This is what happened. You know,
Right.
men tend to ignore things. They just, they don't, whatever. They just ignore things. And this is something that's been going on for me. I just can't ignore it. It's just, it's almost like if I were a pitcher, it would be my rotator cuff. It's for no reason. Yeah, I'm not a lumberjack. I mean, there's nothing that I'm doing that would cause any injury like that. And it's just, like I said, it's not going away. So you said that you had issues before, but not this bad. Is that why you're bringing it up? Because it's something that's on your head that hasn't hurt like this before, or not in
Right.
this way?
Right, exactly. Yes. I mean, like I'm saying, like, kind of in retrospect, maybe looking from the time I'm a child till now, there's probably been times where I'm just like, and I don't know if you would say to some degree growing pains in general, like here or there, but
Oh,
so I
sure,
couldn't,
sure,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Just want to like put that out there, but I've noticed I've never had that I can recall the very tops of my head to hurt like that, for so long.
That's
So,
strange. Tom, what about
on
you?
each side.
Same thing?
No, I haven't really had any pains in the shoulder. I mean, it's been pretty much business as usual.
Okay. Well, all my life I've always had tremendous healing capacity where I heal
Mhm.
at a very, very, very fast rate. I've never broken anything in my life. I think I broke a piece of my thumb years ago, and it was healed before I could even get to the doctors. There's nothing that they could do.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
I healed very, very, very quickly. And for my shoulder to hurt like that, you've got to be kidding, because I've never, whatever I do. I mean, but I could hurt myself. I cut myself. I stopped bleeding in, I don't know, 10 minutes. Easy. I don't even use Band-Aids. I use if I have to use something, I use a piece of tape, whatever's there. Stops bleeding almost immediately. But that hasn't gone away. That's why I thought maybe it was something to do with the differences in our anatomy.
Mhm.
Because it's just one of those things. I was just curious. That's all.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I'm trying to throw out what.
I can tell you though. Here's one for you. This will blow your mind. I wear glasses. Just recently, I finally got around and got my glasses and the bifocals, and they were useless upon finding the Mandela Effect. I noticed that my eyes were changing. I thought, geez, they're degrading. I need to get my glasses fixed again. And I went and I paid and I got my glasses done. I've got great insurance, so it doesn't matter. Whatever it was, $100 on it. And I used the glasses maybe for a month, and I can't use them at all. They're useless. They're just useless. I read just fine. I see just fine. I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of it.
So in other words, after a month, now your eyes change where now you don't need them anymore, right?
Well, I don't drive. I've never driven, so I can't see any differences like that. I've never driven in my life. But as far as reading goes, where I used to squint, I used to like here's a book. Okay, I can read this, no problem. I'm not squinting. I'm not. There's
I'm
no adjustment.
completely opposite.
Yeah, and so it's driving me crazy. I spend all this money on glasses, good glasses, and I can't wear to wear them is a distraction, a terrible distraction. It's not something where I'm trying to get used to the glasses. I was already used to the glasses. I'm constantly moving the glasses, trying to adjust them, and I thought maybe it was the bridge of my nose or the glasses were wrong. No, everything's fine. It's just I don't need the glasses like I used to, which is again nerve-wracking as you can imagine.
I am
So,
completely opposite. Seriously, I went from.
So you've gone downhill?
Yeah. Since last year, I have had to have glasses. So
This is
that's
Sammy.
so weird.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
Unbelievable.
Tammy. Sorry. Hey.
Hey.
I'm very sorry to hear that. So does it help with glasses at least, or is it getting worse? Is it getting worse as you're going on through the Mandela effect?
No, it's not getting worse. I just I have my good days and bad days, Like some days my eyes are super blurry. And then some days I can go without really wearing them or having my contacts in. So
Okay.
it's weird. I don't know. I
So-
mean, it
so-
could be age. I mean, yeah, but But
Well, I thought that too, but I did. I thought that too, but in a few months, nobody deteriorates like that, and nobody
Yeah.
gets better like that either. That to me is just crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Different.
that's a supernatural. That's a supernatural thing that's going on.
Yeah, but who would believe me? Who would believe me? Except I don't wear my glasses.
No,
who would believe me? Nobody would believe me. But
with everything changing, it's like this whole universe is programmable. I mean, even when people see the changes, like, oh, this retroactively, came about, like, like Jiffy Pop, Jiffy peanut butter,
right.
where everybody remember it now. It's no longer there. It's Jif.
I'm not of the people that believe in Jiffy. I have no memory of Jiffy. I only know Jif, but that's okay.
Well, no, you know what's so cool? Like you said that's pretty cool because I was telling this to Rena and a couple other people that, like, that song "Stairway to Heaven." Sure. I always remembered that she was buying a Stairway to Heaven, but Brian and Teresa, they always remember it as building a Stairway to Heaven. And when they brought out the residue of building Stairway to Heaven, I said, wow, that's crazy because, I listened to that song since I was a teenager. I'm 55 right now. And it's always been buying, but they always remember as building. So in other words, we actually had two different realities.
Well, we have residuals from two different realities. You're exactly right. We have residuals from two different realities, and they're crossing. Right. I saw that. I saw videos on that too. Yeah. Just like there's residuals on Jiffy as well. Jiffy sandwiches, Jiffy. I guess one of the specialties with Jiffy peanut butter on a hamburger. It was a Jiffy burger, and I've seen residuals on that. It's very confusing to the uninitiated, to the newbie. It's very, very confusing. They don't know which way is up. So I allow for any type of memory. If there's someone believes something different than what I have experienced, I certainly don't attack them. No, because they can definitely have a different memory than mine, of course.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, have you ever talked to anyone who was younger? Like my kids remember Jiffy, and I know that it could just be a child thing, like, oh, that's what we're going to call it. But like, she remembers Jiffy. My 9-year-old.
Well, I would be thrilled to meet someone younger that would actually have different memories than me. But unfortunately, my younger son, I have 5, and the younger one who's 19, going to be 20. He's not Mandela affected at all. He doesn't remember anything. He's not.
Yeah.
That doesn't have any correlation at all. He's completely, I guess you would say, been assimilated into this matrix. I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And I have a bigger problem than that. Like I said, I think Tom, you're familiar with my younger son is 19, and he is autistic, and he's been autistic all his life. He's been highly functioning autism on the spectrum, I guess you would say, and he's not anymore. He's not anymore. Wow. He just moved out. If you can believe it, he just moved out, and which is unbelievable. If you would have told me a year ago that he.
My son is doing better too. Come to think of it, and I didn't even think of it as being like, I just thought maybe, he's more mature and he's trying harder. He's been the same way, my oldest, all his life.
He's on the spectrum.
But I'm not having as many problems out of him, like, at all. And I didn't even, it just hit me when you said that. I'm like,
yeah, it's crazy.
And
crazy
think about that.
My 21-year-old daughter, she'll turn 21 literally tomorrow. And she sees all the effects. I showed her Welch's grape juice, and, they eliminated the, I guess, the E out of it. And she knew that effect. She knew like so many different effects. She sees it clear as day. I even bought her a Spalding basketball last week. We went out shooting hoops, and I remember the U being in there, and she remembers that, and now doesn't have the U, and she's 21.
Yeah.
So
Spalding most definitely had a U in it.
Yeah,
because that's the way it's pronounced, Spalding.
Spalding, with the U.
Spalding,
but it's not there no more.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Hey Tom, what
No.
about the one I just showed? Remember me? Did I show you this? Where I sent the picture in the little chat thing that we have because I'm on my phone. I don't.
Okay.
My son's using the computer tonight. He's just started college, my youngest, so I don't have that
Okay.
tonight, so I can't screen share. But what
You sent
happened
through
is,
the Facebook, right?
yeah, I sent it through our little group right here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Saw the other day. I was kind of having an 80s throwback song kind of day mood, and I went through and I'm hitting for the next song on YouTube on the TV, and I come across Rod Stewart's "Do You Think I'm Sexy?" And
Yeah.
He's singing it like right, but these images it goes Daya D-A in the title, and then one goes do, and then one's back to da, and the one's back to do, and the official one says D-A da, and it caught my attention so much so that I took a picture. 'Cause I was like, Dahlia? Sounds like you're saying
That's
Dahlia.
so weird.
It is. It's weird.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
looking at
he's
the picture.
yeah.
I'm back. Sorry.
Do y'all remember? What do y'all remember on?
Do
Repeat it.
I remember
Repeat
it?
it.
Uh,
Repeat it because I wasn't here.
It's
Oh,
DOU. Think I'm sexy. That's another
Do you
song.
think I'm sexy? Okay. What do you think I'm sexy by Rod Stewart?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What is the effect that you guys think
Can
of?
you
I'm sorry, 'cause
can you
I
screen
did get
share
caught.
the images? Anybody? Because I'm not
I'm on
able,
my
so he could
phone.
see them.
The only one I got from you was your Hangouts install, but I know that's not it. You sent
Uh,
it to me on Facebook, right?
well, it's right here under our little hangout group, but I can send it to you.
Oh, yeah, send it to me on Facebook.
Okay,
It's
like on Messenger
yeah,
right now.
Messenger.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
do.
What is the effect he's talking about with that? Do you think I'm sexy song by Rod Stewart?
It's like the title is different. The official title says DA, like da. Yes,
No,
I'm
it's
sexy.
do is correct, and
I'm
do
gonna.
ya is what it is.
Mhm.
YA is right. Do ya think I'm sexy is what I remember, but it's not
yeah.
DA. No, it's DO. Do ya
It's
think
the
I'm sexy?
do you?
Yes, definitely. It's
Yeah,
definitely.
that's me
Yeah,
too.
yeah. That's what it is. Absolutely. It was a very, very popular song
Oh
back
yeah,
in the day.
yeah,
Yeah, back when I was a little kid, it was like, oh
yeah.
my god.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it
know.
was
I
very
listen to
inappropriate for 8-year-olds to have that song. Yeah, it was. It really
I'm
was.
wondering. I'm wondering if like because Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. I think he did.
Mhm.
He did a scene with that, and I'm wondering if there's any residual. If it is something like maybe there's residual with that. So I'm gonna have to
Yeah, and
go
one of
back
the
and
things
watch
that really
it.
bothers me with the Mandela effect is that residuals change. You know, the residuals change, and that really bothers me. Hey Rena.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up?
All right.
Hey,
Hey.
what are you doing?
Can you hear me okay? I've got my new headset, so I wasn't sure if it was actually working.
Yeah, me too. Same thing.
Sounds good.
Cool. So, what are you guys talking about?
We're talking about Rod
Residuals.
Stewart
Rod
residuals.
Stewart?
Yeah, let me get this screen share going on. Okay, let me get the. There you go. You guys see that now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Was that what you wanted me to show right there, Becky? A moment of
She got
silence.
kicked out, she says. She got disconnected.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Oh,
She got kicked out.
she probably just lost connection.
Well, how
She'll
many
be
can
back.
be in a chat at a time? Is it just,
Yeah, we can go up to 10 here.
oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
that shouldn't.
no. I see her
Oh, she's
icon
back.
there. Becky, you there?
I don't. Oh, yeah, I see her down there.
Yeah.
She must have got disconnected.
So, Rena, You want to talk about like the unbelieving spouses or the significant others?
Yeah, it's pretty hard being with someone that just thinks you're crazy all the time, and you're like,
Yes.
you try
Yes.
to say anything to them, and they just sit there and they're like, no, you don't. This is not real. This is because of the Jim Carrey effect and blah blah blah. And they try to give you reasoning, and you're like, I mean,
No.
I've seen things supernaturally change before my eyes and ears, and like, you can't tell me that I'm crazy when other people are experiencing the same thing. But how can you tell them that? How can you tell anybody that kind of stuff without them thinking you're nuts?
No, I agree. My husband, he sees the effect. I mean, like a lot of the things that, if I bring stuff up, he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's how it is." But then he's like, "Oh, it's just everyone misremembering, yada yada yada." Until he talked to Teresa, and now he was like, um, "Okay, you might actually have something behind this." So it's kind of nice
Yeah,
that he's finally on board with me. So
that's good.
Tom, you didn't get Teresa in on this, or is she unavailable right now?
I can
Who,
message her and
Teresa?
see what's up.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
I invited Teresa on the live chat.
I think there's two of
Teresa
me,
doesn't
guys.
have Google Hangouts on her phone.
She's manic, but she's good people.
Yeah. My phone messed up and it I don't know, it just wouldn't let me, and now I think I'm signed in by both devices. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it happens.
So there's
We got double vision.
Marina, I feel for you with your significant other there, your boyfriend. And, you're going to have that. I face that with a lot of my friends. They go back and forth, and they're nice to me because they don't want to fight with me, of course. But I just feel bad for you because I know it's got to be very, very difficult.
Yeah,
It's rough.
like I've seen people like get violent over it. It's crazy. So you just gotta kind of like just be quiet about it. I had to like ride my bike far away from the house. So I was like, give me like 10 minutes because I have to get away. I can't talk about it in the house because it's infuriating.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
My wife thinks it's crazy. She thinks it's nuts, and
well, what bothers me with my friends is that I'm very, very serious, and they know that I'm not kidding, and frankly, it scares them. Obviously, it scares them. So
Yeah.
so that's what I get. But my wife, fortunately, sees everything I see.
oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Oh, you were lucky.
it's great. So
Yeah.
we have normal arguments.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Normal stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah. It's,
No, what I do, I just try to keep everything on a low key. Like I call it the Nicodemus effect, where you know how you went to Jesus at nighttime because
yeah, right.
He's all hooked up with his Pharisee buddies.
Right.
So like during daytime, he's hanging out with his Pharisee buddies, but at nighttime, he's hanging out with Jesus and asking him all this stuff.
like a sleeper cell.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a sleeper cell.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel
But
like that.
because otherwise, if he started talking about Jesus in front of his Pharisee buddies and saying he's the one, they would just like excommunicate him or just go crazy.
Probably kill him.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But when you're married and whatever, you just gotta like keep the peace. So it's just gotta go underground.
Well,
Seriously.
it's very nerve wracking. It's very nerve wracking. I'm sure. A lot of great ends there. I'm sure.
So it's like when I'm away, I'm like going, I'm going, having a heyday with you guys and the MEs, and then when I'm around her, I'm like, Mister, oh yeah, he's in the natural and everything's fine. Let's pay the bills. Let's go to work and go food shopping. But then, hey, I'll get you this. She did caught on though, because like, I'm going food shopping. I got my little phone. It's got a camera. I'm taking these pictures of all these logo changes, and when I'm going food shopping with her, and she's, are you doing that Mandela thing again? I said, oh no, sweetheart, I'm just getting the prices and everything else, you know. It's like, oh, I got bagged by the ME police, you know. So it's like you're constantly on the run, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
My husband
that's
makes fun of
funny.
me whenever I do that. He's like, "Are you really taking a picture of that right now?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
What are you? What are you nuts?
He's
Well,
like,
I do. I don't take pictures because we agree. But there's been a number of times where she's freaked out over something that wasn't supposed to be here. I've seen a car that wasn't supposed to be here. An actor that's not supposed to be alive, etc. We've all done it. You know, it is quite unnerving. It is. But what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Like, that's not supposed to be here. Is anybody familiar with the with Fringe, the TV show Fringe?
No.
The Fringe? Is it okay? Is it Fringe or The Fringe?
It's Fringe. It's a TV show called Fringe.
It was never called The Fringe. Okay.
No, never called the Fringe. It's Fringe. Fringe.
Yeah, it's a good show.
And remember the glowing effect that Peter has?
Yeah.
Well, great. So now I feel like I talked to one of my sons and I told him about the Mandela Effect, my oldest son, and he's quite taken by the whole thing. And I said, like, how else can I put it to you? I'm become Peter. And now I'm Peter. And my wife, your mother, is now Olivia. What can I say? And that is the way it is. So, I mean, I feel like I'm going crazy half the time, but what can I do about it? I mean, what can I do? I mean, who doesn't feel like they're going crazy half the time? Right?
I know.
And of course,
oh,
no one
especially in
listens.
the beginning. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
worst.
Well, there's some things that are, I mean, I wish I could just sit and talk about anatomy. I mean, anatomy is great. But what's unnerving to me is that the map changes are unnerving. That's really bothering me. There's any number of things that are really nerve-wracking that that means something. Oh, yeah, sure.
There's map
the
changes too? Oh, map.
Changes.
Like the map?
The globe.
Okay.
The globe changes.
Yeah,
The map changes. Geography. Because I think it plays into, I'm not one, everyone, in the beginning, I mean, I'm part of the groups where they're looking for answers, looking for some correlation between people. There's no correlation between people that I can find, except that the only thing would be, of course, the psychic phenomena. You understand. It would be shared between us, and that's it. That's it. Is there anything else that was shared that we all share in?
Like all of us right here, especially. Trying to think, like, what could be a group topic, maybe. I know they've thrown out, like, blood types. Also, what else? Like, whether we are all Christian or non-Christian. What else?
No, we're all intuitives. We're all
Yes.
intuitives. Everybody's intuitive. Every single one of us are intuitive.
Yeah.
Which would mean that's what's, we're all intuitive, more than aware. We're all intuitive. We're all what's that word? Who knows? Rena, you would know this word. That's on the tip of my tongue. We're all no, we're not seekers or searchers. We're all psychics. All psychics are
prophetic.
No, all psychics are mediums, but not all mediums are psychics. How do you put that?
I know what you're trying to say.
I know we're all like hypersensitive to things.
Yeah, we're sensitive. We're all sensitive. How about that? We're all sensitive. Every single one of us are sensitives. That's all I can see. That's all I've seen. That has been, whether they know it or not, they're all sensitives.
And it's when you talk about that, it's like being aware, being alert, being sensitive, actually seeing things. And that goes all back to quantum mechanics, because when you observe something, that's when you collapse the wave potential and becomes
that would go into what is it, Schroeder's cat?
Yeah.
And that would go into the observer effect, and that would tie into, is this real or not?
Stop fighting.
Yeah, but like being like you were saying, being aware or observing, it kind of ties into that.
It does definitely tie into that.
Exactly, and that's exactly right, because we who are aware, we see these changes, and because we know about it, that's why we see it. And a lot of people out there see it happening real time mode. We actually see the changes, like Teresa. This another classic one is where she found out about Fruit Loops changing, and it was like back in February that it changed from FRUIT to FOORT right in front of her eyes. But then I've seen that back a year before that. It's
Yes.
because they're observing it. And then
Yeah.
when they take, it's always like when they take that second look, that's when things change. When you
Yeah.
observe it.
Mhm. So all of you guys have had things change before your eyes, and like if you're listening to a song, it changes like that. I had that last night, and I can't stand it.
I had
Yeah,
that happen. Yeah,
that
I
drives
had
me
that happen
nuts.
with my son. Like along with me, we both experienced it at the same time. My younger son and I. Teresa and I experienced the song do that as well. And what else? Oh man, I've had almost that superposition where I just the other night, I was laying here in this little room that I have, and it's right next to my bathroom. The walls are pretty thin. We're in a mobile home, trailer, what have you. But so I'm laying here, and one thing that happened was I had my phone in my hand, and so the minute it happened, I was able to record, just kind of write it down with someone. And I was like, I just heard myself say, SHIT, like as if I dropped something. And
I have
so,
had that. I have had that.
mhm. Yeah, and the next morning, I kid you not, wasn't even thinking on the matter, but I walked in there with a soda and I dropped my top on the bathroom floor, and I'm like, I said that very thing. I did it without even, I went, and then I knew, excuse my French, but that's what that was. I was hearing beforehand,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, like
I
deja
know what you
vu,
mean.
but it's on another level. I was
That's
It's very strange.
that is
It's
that is
scary.
So
that is
I had that with.
that is isn't that precognition? That's,
yeah,
that's precognition
kinda.
or premonition. That's what that is. But it's very
Premonition.
specific. It's tailored to you.
Yeah, but I never heard my own voice like that. That was so weird. It was like, I'm hearing myself, not just getting something before it happened, like a sense of it. You know what I mean? But like I actually heard with my ears
Yeah.
very faintly, but I was like, that sounded like me in the bathroom when it happened. That I don't know, I want to say maybe a span of like 10 hours. I'd have to count it exactly about the difference or so, but I was like, once it
I
finally
get it with my
happened that
kids
next
all.
morning.
I get it with my kids all the time. Like
Wow.
seriously, I will hear them, and then later in the day, it will happen. Like
Hmm.
someone
That's
gets hurt.
precognition, but is that a mothering instinct, or
I
is that precognition?
I don't know. I don't know,
No,
but
it's definitely something. I've had it where, me and my son both heard my fiance come home. The garage opened, the Prius pulled in, it's like a
oh yeah.
silent kind of pulling, and then we hear the door close to the car, and then the garage door closes, and then the breeze door opens and shuts, or it shuts, and then it goes, and then it was silent, and I was like, my son's like, Daddy's home, Daddy's home. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So I went to go open the door, and then nobody's there. I'm looking downstairs. I look in the driveway, in the garage, no
Oh
one's
yeah.
there. I call
I've
him, and
had the
he's still at
exact
work. So
Hmm.
right. I had the
I know what you guys are
exact
talking about.
I've had the exact same thing happen to me, very specifically, hearing the door open and close and nobody's there. Now, and that's I hear the door open and close, and as I'm there watching, when my friend come to the door, going, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I thought you were here. I just got here now." You
We
understand
had
the
that
Yeah,
happen
nonsense
last
that
night.
creates.
My
that's
mom and
creepy.
I, yeah, my mom and I just had the door thing happen last night. Because I have a door that divides our hallway to our living room, and she was going to leave out. She was over here, and so she's in this room. My son's in his bed sleeping. My husband should be in the living room, but we heard that door, and I heard it, and she looks down the hall, and she's like, And she even went further to investigate, like, seeing if they had gotten up, and they hadn't. And she come back, she goes, "Did you hear the door?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Yeah, I did. I heard it open and shut." You know, so nobody come through it, you know, that we could
More than one
see.
person heard it though, right? More than one person heard it.
Last night at the same time.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's, yeah. So I believe this has got to do with intuition and that ability. Yeah, I think we all have that ability.
So
I think we
do
all
you guys have
should.
ability to like pick up people's what they're feeling? Because I do. Like I have
Yes.
that
Yes.
a lot.
Yeah. What is the word for that? I can't think of that.
I can't
What
think
is
of it right now. I
Oh,
do know
I
what
know,
it
right?
is.
It's
I
a
just can't think
it's
of
a
it.
group
It's like,
block on the word of what it means.
yeah.
But that's what it is. Yeah, we pick up on it. It's nerve wracking. That is nerve
Yeah.
wracking.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
my
really really bad.
But I didn't have it until I was affected. Like I
Right.
had it a little bit, but not like how I have it now.
it
Like now, I don't like being around a large group of people.
exactly.
I
Right.
don't want to like I don't want to be put in weird position, like weird circumstances. I really don't like to be out in like a big city.
Right.
Like I don't even like going to pick up my kids at school. Like I'm serious.
Right.
I'm like,
That's
let's
new.
get out of here, guys.
That's new to you.
Yes, that's new to me.
Huh?
That was not always me.
Yeah.
I used to be a really big extrovert, and now I'm like a introvert. Well, I'm a extrovert, but like more of an introvert, you know? Like I don't like lots
Introverted
of people
extrovert.
around. Yeah. A little
Yeah.
bit of both.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
but
Sure.
like if there's any,
well-
and I'm always around people. So like, cause we live in a pretty small area. So, I don't even like my house. I mean, like I really
So
like, I like
what's
to go
the most
camping.
what's the most from the group here? Shimron, Melissa, Rena. What is the most that you have perceived? What can you conceive over space? Can you see things over distance? I mean, not just in person. I mean, when you talk to someone, can you pick up things from them when you talk to them?
I can pick up people from a decent amount, but like I've actually been working on that, you know, like because I don't know, I don't want to feel invaded, so I try to block them out, but then I also like to know like where my boundary is, you know what I mean?
Right. I understand.
So,
Like between you guys, like the one that's the most interesting to me that I've talked to before, Rena, of course, the quiet one, is the one that has a whole lot of stuff going on. I mean, so much stuff going on. Oh my God, she could go on for hours. She doesn't, but she could. Just picking up stuff. Like Teresa, talk to Teresa. Teresa's got a bunch of stuff going on, but she's
I always pick up her too. I can pick her up really easy.
She's just manic. She's manic. Tom, are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm right here.
Tom is unbelievably normal. Tom is unbelievably normal. Just very normal.
I try to play the part.
Yeah,
I guess it's working out good.
I think it's between Star Wars and Star Trek. He's very normal. Very normal. He's a normal guy. It's very easy to grasp.
Tom
He's got solid ground.
Yeah. Can
He's
y'all hear me
solid.
okay?
Well,
Yep.
my wife keeps me normal. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Otherwise,
right.
I'd be way out in orbit with you guys.
Thanks. Yeah, we'd be crazy like us. Thanks, Tom. That's a good vote of confidence
Exactly.
right there. That's great. Great vote of confidence. Thank you.
No, man.
But
Like I said, these Mandela effects are the greatest entertainment I know of. I mean, I have to admit, I will admit, I am addicted to these effects. I mean, if I don't see any new changes in a while, I start jonesing. I start going withdrawals, you know. But like whenever I hear about the human body changes, I love it. You know, it's like so cool. You know.
well,
In fact, when I found out, when I found out about the Mandela effect, I said, "Wow, this is so cool." You know, like I wasn't like it's like I was just like shock and awe. It's like, wow, this is so cool. You know, things are changing. Because I
had
am
a
a
question
science
for Rena.
fiction fan. I love science fiction. I love all that
Really?
stuff. So it's
No
like,
kidding. Yeah,
You know?
no kidding. Really? How did I know
Yeah.
that? Yeah, you're a
Yeah, I
science
know,
fiction
right?
fan between Star Wars and Star Trek. Yeah.
Star
Great.
Trek, Star Wars, time travel movies. Back
Oh,
to the
yeah.
Future
Oh,
is
yeah.
one of my
Absolutely.
favorite all
Yeah.
time classic.
So, do you guys
I
remember
was
that
just
movie?
going,
Oh, sorry. Do you remember that movie that came out? I think it was a couple of months ago. It was on Netflix, and it was about the Mandela Effect, kinda like it. It was where the guy put on something, and it was on his um, on his head, and then he didn't. He was able to like bring himself back and stuff. Do you guys remember? I can't find it. It has that Jason guy. Jason. It's driving
Jason
me crazy.
Alexander.
No. Okay, the guy from How I Met Your Mother, the bigger guy. What? I don't know. So there's this movie, and I can't find it now. It was on there, and it was a Netflix original movie, and it had really good actors and everything, but now I can't find it. So now I'm going to be freaked out if this movie that comes out next year is the movie that I'm thinking of. Just wanted to say.
No, I don't. The Mandela effect, from what I've been reading, is a whole lot about confabulation, which is, of course, what we don't suffer from. We don't suffer from confabulation,
Stop.
which is what people accuse us of being confabulation. And one thing I do have is a good memory.
Yes.
Exactly, me too.
Yeah, I really do have a good memory.
You're not
for better or for worse.
you're not gonna sell that bag of goods to me, you know.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm not buying it. But I
Life
wanted to
is
ask
like a
about
box
this.
of chocolates.
I hate that one.
Oh.
Seriously.
Well, it's so
You know,
overplayed. I mean, it's like kind of like, you know.
Rena, I had a question about your abilities. I know that this isn't your biggest topic, but I had a question about your abilities and how they've changed since you discovered the Mandela effect.
My abilities. Oh wow. Well, I will say that I do think that all this stuff is changing because God's allowing it. But I've experienced a lot of weird stuff my whole life. I never thought really anything of it. I'm like, oh, it's just demons, and a lot of it is. But at the same time, there's something really even more like, oh, okay, that's a warning. I think a lot of it is. When I heard that lyric change on that Motorhead song last night, yeah.
Which
right?
one?
Okay. Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. Because I always thought it was, because I remember both, but I thought it was a won't you guess my name, but it's hope you guess my name. And that was like a direct message that the Holy Spirit was like, you need to get this out and find as many covers as you can, because I had two covers change on me where they said won't to change to hope. I was like, oh wow. So it was continually like erasing everything that I was doing, and I was like, this is really getting scary. And I've been finding more that songs that have that are about prayer and stuff, they have way more residue. Or if people in videos and stuff that are singing and they have crosses, or if there's like any type of Christian symbolism in the background, their residue stays how it used to be to that
So we should
memory.
look at 80s hairband movie or videos. See if they're still the same.
The people that do covers of them, I mean, it's almost 90% of the time they don't change if they have those symbols in their videos. It's really strange.
That is
but
weird.
I guess it's kind of showing its fruits of, this thing can't mess with those people for whatever reason. It's an interesting theory, but yeah, it rocked my world, and now I'm just like every day I'm like getting all these stupid things. I'm like, just shut up, go away, Like it's just a lot of it's senseless patterns. I'm like,
when did you become aware of the Mandela effect, Demi?
Probably about 4 or 5 months ago. I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, people are just dumb, and that was my explanation at first. And then I was like, actually looked into it, and I was like, oh, and then I just went down the rabbit hole, and for like 3 weeks, I didn't like eat or drink. I just was like losing like my mind in the corner somewhere, and I'm like just trying to function. And I'm like, what's going on?
I literally thought the world was going to end any minute. So I was like, oh my gosh, what did I just learn? Oh my gosh, and I didn't feel like I don't know, I didn't feel grounded. You know what I mean? I just felt like all like completely out of my
Mhm.
zone. So then I finally came to it and I was like, you know what? Just got to deal with it.
Yeah.
We got to do
And
You,
just
this.
you know what I did when I first found out about it? Like every night, I curled up in a chair with my laptop and looking for all the new effects and go, "Whoa, this is so
yeah.
cool."
Oh, yeah.
I'm serious.
I used to watch Doc Lupo a lot whenever he was doing all of his big
Yeah,
videos and everything. And I was like, he is so right.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, that
like,
was great.
but I got affected. I would say it was it wasn't this recently. So like I saw it a long time ago. I just didn't really um try to look into it. I just kind of saw, oh, Bernstein, whatever. And then I finally was like, I'm gonna look into this a little bit more. And then I went down the rabbit hole, of course.
You,
And
you
that's
know
why we
what's
get freaked out.
you know it's so funny. Like 3 days before I saw the Mandela Effect, I said, "God, show me something I'd never seen before." And like 3 days later, it's like a Friday night. I never forget. I like the Bernstein Bears. I saw that, and I just started going down the rabbit hole. By a
Yeah.
couple days later, I was like convinced.
But I'm wondering if that's like a big trigger for people to start looking into it, or is it just something that is really ingrained in our minds? You know what I mean? Like that you're like, okay, I know that that was different, not that like we've seen it all the time, because like I didn't really like the Berenstein Bears that much, but like I knew how it was spelled.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
What
I
was your
know.
ticker? Was it Bernstein Bears?
Mine was that, and then the Volvo and VW, like car
Okay.
signs, because
Yeah.
my husband works on car, like, well, that's what his hobby is, and I know specifically what they looked like, and um, that was just one of those things that I was like, that's a no. Like I know that that is not right. Doesn't look right to me. So, but that was like my big thing
Yeah.
was cars and like I said, the Berenstein and Berenstein.
Yeah. So it's very personal to you. Something that you're constantly around. Like Interview with a Vampire
Even
was
if you didn't even like
mine.
them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know. It's like I was panicking. I like rode my bike to my mom's and dug out my old book, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it says Saw!" But on the back, the sticker actually says "Interview with a Vampire," and I was like, I made a video on it right then and there. I was like panicking. I'm like, I think it's because of the material. I can't change the material. Like I didn't understand it at the time, but I mean, it was.
You know what was really hard for me also was the Statue of Liberty and like where it
Yeah.
is. And
Hmm.
I remember I have pictures that I sent to Brian. I don't know if he got them or not, but so I can put them in the chat. But there is these pictures that I remember sitting right outside the building on Ellis Island, which so I was there. Okay, I was a chorus geek, guys. All right, in high school, I got to go sing at Carnegie Hall and all this stuff, and we went for a trip to Ellis Island. So we were able to go the whole island, and we had 3 hours. So my chorus, like our like people that was in charge would not have let us go to two different islands, and then meet back up at the Statue of Liberty. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't that they're not going to let you be on two separate areas without, someone being there. So I don't know. That's just that was a big thing for me because I remember that distinctly, being together. Like Liberty Island and well,
Yeah.
the Statue of Liberty was on Ellis Island.
I
So
remember
that
that
was a
too.
big thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's colors.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's definitely on
I've got to
Ellis
pause you guys
Island.
for a second. I've got to be quiet. Hold on.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah,
You know how you were telling me you need to talk to Rena? You guys have a lot of like a lot in common and stuff. Like I still, just everything we've kind of went through, I guess, because just you talking with her more than talking with me on the other hand, you know? So, oh man.
Well, I go my classic line, Rena, I am your father. And she goes,
That joke is going to be that's permanent residue. That's never going to change ever.
Exactly. It's so funny. Like thinking about that line from Star Wars, Luke, I'm your father. I was watching some clips from Austin Powers, not Austin. Where he does the Doctor Evil,
Yeah.
and he actually does a mock of that. He's like breathing deep, and he does such and such. I'm your father. It's like it's kind of like residue from that.
It's
I forgot to
everywhere.
bring that one up.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but these people that try to sell the psyop story, it just does not hold water.
The
Oh
PSYOPs
yeah,
doesn't
you're
hold the PSYOPs doesn't hold water, Tom, because my hard copies have changed.
Yeah, exactly.
If the hard copies changed, then what, did someone break in and change things that I've had for years? Is that what happened?
Exactly.
You changed it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Exactly, the classic VHS tapes.
Yeah.
I watched this one YouTube video where this guy pops in a VHS tape of that Luke, I'm your father, and like he's playing on his TV. He's recording on his he's doing the shot on his phone, so it's a VHS tape playing, and he just has a meltdown. Goes, no, it's always Luke, I'm your father. I watch this thing 600 times. I mean, you can't argue with that. That's
That's actually one that my younger son and I had an experience with, and he come running to me. I'm standing a little bit away, kind of just fixing my hair in the bathroom. He's in the bedroom, and he was playing something off of Facebook. He was playing on the audio, and I could hear it, but I wasn't really trying to, and I heard it say, Luke, I am your father. And he went to try again, and he come running to me, and it said it just barely, Luke, I am your father. And then he did it again. It never, ever, like he did it so many more times. And it went to, no, I am your father. And he goes, you heard it say Luke, right? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, why won't it do it anymore? And I'm like, welcome to the effect. This is what it does.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Because,
Absolutely.
Tom, what's your take on that? What's your take on that?
I was just going to say, how we were talking about the visual collapse where I talked about Teresa with the Fruit Loops. Well, that was an audio. Like you listened to it at first and you heard it correct, but then as soon as you focused on it, really looked at it, observed it, then it went to what it is now,
Mm-hmm. That's what we were doing. We were like, yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So do you think we're suffering from what is to be called the observer effect, like Schrodinger's cat?
Exactly, the observer effect. That's exactly right. We're observing it.
So wait a second. So basically, what you're telling us, since we're intuitive, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that we know that the cat's dead. We know the cat's dead already. The fact that we see it or not doesn't matter. So we see the cat alive for a second.
Right.
But the cat is indeed dead. Is that what you're saying? I mean, I buy into that.
We always remember the cat was alive, and then when we first looked at it, for a second the cat was alive, but now he's dead because now it's a new change.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but why would it flip back and forth? Is it our ability to see both things? Because we can see both things. I mean, how many of us read it?
Well, remember the way it was, but now you can't get it to flip back to Luke, I'm your father. It's always going to be, no, I'm your father.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Unless you get a flip flop, like Hillary Clinton's last name, where it went from 2 L's to 1 L back to 2 L's.
Her first name.
Yeah, Hillary. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely. I've heard songs change just for me to hear, and I'm like, you don't hear that? You don't hear it say that, like the eye in the sky. It's I am the eye in the sky looking on you, and it's at you. And I'm like, you don't hear him say on you? And I'm like literally screaming at my friend. I'm like, he's saying on you. And then I go back. He said, I'm hearing at. So I was hearing something completely different. I'm like, how is that happening? And then within like a couple minutes, it went right back to at. I was like, holy cow.
Well,
terrifying.
I've been listening. I've been listening to songs, and yeah, I've seen some lyrical changes from
Yeah.
the Doors or Zeppelin or whatever, but those are just few and far between. And I know they're not remixes. I know that they're originals, but that's not the point. The songs themselves sound different. The tones are different.
Oh,
The
yeah.
frequency is different. Has anybody else noticed that? Where it's really nerve wracking because the song that I heard 1,000 times before does not sound like it used to. There's a different. It sounds different. It's a different frequency or a different tone. A different tone. Has
The
anybody
speed is
else had
different sometimes. I notice the speed, the tempo.
the speed, the tempo is different, right? Is anyone else? I looked up a song the other day by Elton John. It is Ella Berry Wine. Tom, do you know Ella Berry Wine?
How's
Elton
it
John?
go? I'm not sure.
I don't. I can't even think of how it goes. It's Ella Berry Wine. That's the verse. Ella Berry Wine. And I looked up Ella Berry Wine by Elton John, and it's not even close to the same song. And it's not even. I went through every one of his hits. I'm not a big Elton John fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not.
No, yeah.
But I know Elton John because that's what you know. Like you would know the Beatles, you would know the Stones, or whatever.
Exactly. And there's some
And I
Beatles
can't
songs that did the same thing, the tempo
Right.
and
But I can't find that song anywhere on anything, anywhere, anything. So I don't know. It's just lost. And then who would I know that knows Elton John? No one knows Elton John anymore. They know him from Lion King. That's what they know. They know him from Princess Diana. That's the only reason they know Elton John. They don't know him any other way. So, but it is a terrible. Tom, how old are you?
55.
Okay, 55. So you know that it's quite a thing to sit here and go, Whitney Houston is dead, Prince is dead, Michael Jackson is dead. But somehow, some way, Paul McCartney's still alive, Mick Jagger's still alive, Keith Richards still alive, somehow, some way. Ozzy's still alive. How is that even possible? Gene Simmons is still alive. How is that possible?
Bowie's dead now as well.
David Bowie. Right.
These unique like tones, singer, voice. You know, I feel like Prince and Bowie and Michael even and others, you know, that have passed as well. They have this unique kind of tone to their voices, and that was one of the songs I noticed yesterday. Was Prince? It sounded off, like the
What is it?
Oh gosh, what song was I playing of his that I was looking for? It was "I Would Die for You." That one. And I was like, whoa! And it was off beat. It was like slower because I remember telling my husband, "That's not right. Like that's not right."
And that's what I've been experiencing too. And I don't know the rhyme or reason of it. I don't know. And they said, from near as I can tell, Tom and everybody, is that they said that these are a series of decisions that people have made, and that these consequences of their decisions. So because they made a different decision to make a different tempo, a different tone in the studio, that's what we're left with now. That's what they're trying to sell me. But I can't make heads or tail of it. All that I know is that it's different than what I remember. God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking about a movie clip in the Terminator. You know, where Arnold Schwarzenegger makes a classic line where "I'll be back," and then when you watch it again, now it just says "I'll be back" without that heavy accent. You know.
Right. Yeah, I'm not such of a media junkie as you guys are. You guys know movies so well. You know, I know the lines, of course.
Yeah. But that's one where you just totally took it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not the same at all. I agree with that one too.
So that goes with the music and stuff, and I know some of the Beatles songs they kind of like had a change as far as what you're saying, tempo. And the thing is, we're only seeing a tip of the iceberg. There's probably so many more changes that we're not aware of because we just don't originally remember it whichever way it was. You know.
No, I don't believe so. I disagree. I think we're not aware because, as Rita will attest or Melissa will attest, that what will happen, or you'll attest, that what will happen is that we all agree what the Beatles song was because everybody knows it. Everyone knows the jingle. Everyone knows the song. Everyone knows the story. So we all share that memory. Where it gets more and more specific, we don't share it because it's too specific. Obviously, you wouldn't know my wife because you don't know my wife. It's not a Beatles song. You don't know my son because it's not a commercial. It's not a movie line.
Right.
And so I think we're being inundated with changes everywhere, and that's what's happening. So any other any other personal changes that you're having? I know that you're having trouble with your respective spouses and boyfriends, girlfriends. Is there any other big changes, like with relatives, with your family members, your mother, father, uncle, aunt, someone that recalls something different than you do historically with you?
Before I go, I want to say yes, my mom. My mom, definitely. She used to be really she got really like mean there for a while, and then now she's like begging me to like be cool with her, even though after so long of her like, being rude and just hateful, now she wants to be my friend, and like I don't know, like she's a different person, completely different person.
Right. Now, is she a different person, or are you a different person?
Well, probably both, but
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the thing. My big thing was, have they changed, or did I change? Or are they perhaps talking about a meeting? Are they talking about someone else? So it's very difficult.
She was just very hateful, like for a while, and I just about life in general. She just didn't have a good outlook, and that could also be like maybe she was depressed or something. But all of a sudden, it was like within, I would say, like 2 weeks. I didn't talk to her for 2 weeks, and she was completely opposite. Didn't understand why I wasn't talking to her. Like that I need to fill her in my life. And I was like, wait, hold on a second. This is not how you normally are. Like, you know what I mean? It just was different.
So she's normally combative and guarded, and then she was extremely open and wanting to you in her life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge change. Has she stayed that way?
No, like now she just wants me to always like talk to her, and I am kind of one of those people that holds grudges a little bit, and I hate to say that.
Really?
I hate to say that.
Right, sure, right.
I hate to say that. That's one of my downfalls. So, but I mean, I'm kind of just like kind of weary about trying to keep up with her. You know what I mean?
Sure. Because you don't know what you're dealing with exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
It's tough. Have you talked to her about the Mandela Effect at all?
No, I don't want her to think I'm crazy.
Right, of course. Yeah.
Like I've asked her questions without actually having an actual conversation about it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
sure, I do. Of course I do.
Like,
everybody here does. Everybody does.
Well,
yeah, by the way, I just want to know, have you noticed that South America has moved quite a bit?
Oh yeah, my mother-in-law.
By the way,
my mother-in-law, she was born and raised with the Wizard of Oz, right? And then I told her one day, I said, "Hey, you remember the Scarecrow ever carried a gun?" "Oh no, not at all." And it's like I showed it to her.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Hey, there you are. How you doing, man?
Hey.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah, I said, man, let me get on this hangout. They sounding good over here.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys in a little bit if you guys are still on. I gotta go do mom duties.
Good talking to you.
You too. Talk to you later.
Thanks for coming aboard.
I have myself muted. I was gonna say, what's happening, Ethan? Is that how? Am I pronouncing it right? I watch you. It's like I see you. No.
His name changed for me. Seriously, it changed.
I was just, oh man, it made me think of the Private Eye song. That I witnessed something, but I'm kind of like, just trying to make sure I'm welcoming. It's Eastman. Eastman 31, right?
E-Man.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I'm Becky. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right.
E-Man, I saw you on a video as well.
Oh, thank you. How you doing?
I want to say hi.
How you doing?
Hi.
We're glad you're here.
Yeah. Yep. I like the one where you were comparing the verses and showing how it was like the Latin to the English and showing how that was changing, especially.
What did you pull out Jerome's Latin Vulgate, or did you pull out something Catholic?
Yeah, that was a Vulgate.
Oh God! Wow.
What was so amazing that as I was doing it was learning the AI was learning as I was going, because the more I deleted it and copied and paste, it was trying to catch up, and then eventually it started not changing. I'm like, so this system is learning real fast.
Oh, wow.
Because I tricked it. See, I tricked it by taking some of the sentences off, so it didn't recognize if it was a scripture or not. See, because if you paste it as a scripture, it knows exactly what it is.
So, Tom, you're of the opinion that on the AI level, you're of the opinion that what's happening in the reality, our reality, is actually happening faster in the internet.
Yeah, I mean, see, the thing is, the system that they're using, in quantum computer is very, very broad. I mean, it the way they explain it is it can be in multiple places at the same time. See,
Correct.
a regular computer, it only does X's and O's on and off. See, this thing is doing everything all at once, and so
Right.
it's a developing system, but it's learning and doing stuff different than what we really can understand. And so what they do is they letting it learn for itself. And then sometimes they input things and it just happens. And so
like a mistake.
yeah. So it's making mistakes, but then they actually putting stuff in it, just directly input it. Meaning we want you to do this automatically.
So let me ask you this, E-Man. I got a good question for you that probably you don't get asked a whole lot. Is the AI aware of us?
Of course, of course. The
What-
more
what-
the more we interact with it, that's why you get all these assistants coming out. You got Google got assistants, you got Apple assistants, you got
Well, I understand that. They are aware of the people that are aware of it.
Of course. It's just a system. It's a system that's growing powerful and powerful. And the more power it gets, the less control they have. See, the problem is they creating the monster and they don't even realize it. They creating the monster and they don't even realize it.
Oh, you know what? That reminded me. I've got these weird screenshots where when I was looking up, all right, for instance, I have 3 different things that I was looking up, Google search. One of them was the word bishop, pricks, and something else. I have to look up the the EA alignment. But what it did was I had a couple that went, how about that answer? Does it satisfy you? But then one said something even more than that. It kind of like got an attitude. It was like, oh gosh, it went a step further. It was like, I need to find it. I'm going to find it so I can get it specific, and I'll come back to that. But it just reminded me of that. I'm going to share the picture of it, even in our little hangout right here. Or I'll show it to Tom, and he can maybe put it up on the screen.
Yeah, I could post that.
Yeah, because it was really weird. I remember showing you guys in the group that time, and it happened to me 3 times. It was like, please tell us where you heard or saw this. I think that's the attitude that it did get. It was like, does that satisfy you? And I'm like, no, maybe I'm not satisfied. Like, that's weird, you know? So I'm going to get that right now. I'm going to send it to them. Y'all got to see this.
All right, let me pull that up.
Yeah, and so this system that they playing with, and like I tell people, curiosity killed the cat. Because you can do it don't mean you're supposed to do it. Because you want to figure out certain things don't supposed to be figured out. Problem. These scientists and these people, they want to know where we come from and what made us. Some of that is none of their business. Because of what happens is they use it. See, technology is not the evil one. It's the people that build it and use it for evil.
Yeah, we're not Mennonites.
Well, like I could see these people in CERN and all these people want to modify the genome and splice animal and human DNA. I can understand the way they think because they're like, oh wow, we want to be able to do this. It's like a challenge, and it's like they're driven. They don't care what the consequences are. They just want to be able to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then you get the more you do one thing, the farther you want to take it. The more you want to push the more you want to push the boundaries. And then you begin to open your mind up. And see, this is what I believe happened in the beginning. In the beginning, if you're a Christian and you read the Bible, I believe this is why God destroyed the world the first time. Because there's nothing new under the sun. The difference is when God created us the first time, we moved faster. We was moving faster than we supposed to. And that's why he said that we think evil continuously. It's nothing that even when it says in the Bible where they would become like gods, and then as God was talking, he said they have became like one of us, knowing good and evil. And even when they were building the Tower of Babel, and so the more we home on that oneness and started breaking down them barriers. See, God put barriers for a purpose because he knew that we couldn't handle the responsibility of knowing everything. And see that we at a point in history now that we are not acting responsible for the information that's always been there, but we don't know how to handle it.
Right. Not without corrupting us. Is what you're saying.
Can everybody see what he's sharing?
No, I can't see it.
His screen? No.
You don't see my screen share?
Oh, I got
you. Acts 20.
Yeah, it goes, what about that answer? Does it satisfy you? I'm like, what?
Just click on your little picture at the bottom, and then it'll screen share.
But yeah, it should be shown.
I see it. Elders, bishops, pastors.
Yeah,
that one.
Does this satisfy you? What are they trying to ask?
I don't understand. What's the question?
Yeah.
No,
well, I was looking it up, and it like got an attitude. It seemed like with me, you know what I mean. But there's a few others that it's like.
Oh, I see.
It goes, look, you want to look it up? Yeah.
It's mimicking us. It's mimicking us.
So, your biggest gripe with the Mandela Effect is the Bible changes. Then has to be right.
Well, yeah. I mean that's my biggest one. The biggest thing I have. See, the thing is, I don't care about. I use all of this other stuff as examples, but the biggest thing is the Bible changes because certain things, and even if I utilize what they say is multiple realities, I know God won't say in no reality there's no God. That I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
He's quoting from what he's doing, guys. He's quoting from Numbers 23. Okay. Yeah. The point is
I am
that
the Lord your God. I am one.
No, that's not number 20. Numbers 23 is that there is no God. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's not the point. Point is that he went back like I did. He pulled from the Latin Vulgate, and I went to the Bishop's Bible, and I went to the Geneva Bible, and I saw that they were changing too. And I said, man, oh man, how in the world are these changing? This is something bad. these are changing too. And they changed right before my eyes. When I went and I saw the Geneva Bible, I went and saw the Bishop's Bible, trying to track down Judge Not Let You Be Judged from Matthew 7. I found it, and it changed. I couldn't believe it.
Right in front of your eyes, right?
Right in front of my eyes. Right in front of my eyes. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Then I was going through every Bible that I had hard copy, and I was so happy that I found Judge Not Lest You Be Judged. And I went to go tell my wife. I said, hey, and it changed. And I said, oh, come on. And I'm looking at it twice going, did I look at it right? Of course I looked at it right.
Yeah,
and
you sure did. Well, I saw one that changed, like when Kat from Yeshua,
yes.
she talked about the 4-4, F-O-R. Well,
yes.
when I looked it up in my Bible, it only had one of those. And then when I took a second look, all of a sudden I saw a second F-O-R,
Right. Well,
in the King James.
It makes it very, very difficult for me if we're dogmatic at all, which means doctrine.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very, very hard for me to go to doctrine now because everything's changing. Very hard.
Well,
very difficult.
You know what's ironic? Like the NIV, how that got changed by man where they took out the blood scriptures and they omitted some scriptures.
That is Dr. Earl Calhoun, who was on the committee who did that. And
yeah.
Dr. Earl Calhoun he had some presuppositions about what it should say, so he took the stuff out. But they did that with the NIV, with the NASB, with the RSV, et cetera, et cetera. But go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt.
But the NIV, it's amazing because when I see the sweat of thy face in the King James and the NIV, it's the only version that says the sweat of thy brow. There's a lot of original stuff that hasn't been changed in the NIV,
Well, yeah, because there's still, you're going to find the gospel in any Bible anywhere, even a Jehovah's Witness Bible, you're going to find the gospel, but they're still going to be perverted in all these different places.
Yeah, exactly.
But God,
men in bed and women grinding,
Yeah, that's crazy. I would have noticed that in a second,
yeah.
And it would have been highlighted and exclamation points, a whole nine.
Oh, absolutely. That just gives power to the gay agenda,
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I would have been fighting with them on every single turn for the last 25 years about that, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Is it even like the piss on the wall? Come on, man. I mean, and then I talked to a pastor, and see, I try to tell people this. I give them leeway to hang themselves. I say, okay.
Give them plenty of room.
You do.
I said, okay, couch. I say, first of all, couch didn't even exist. And he said, well, God know everything. I said, oh, so you telling me God is putting inventions in there so that we can go ahead and make somebody can get rich off of. And then I told him, I say, look, check this out. I say, so if it's a translation, where's the old translation?
Right,
so you telling me all over the world, they done made everybody throw their books away and told them, come on, we're going to burn them all. I ain't heard that announcement yet.
Right, exactly.
So if it's a translation, where is the old translation?
Exactly.
You find it for me, and then we can go.
What he's saying, bottom
he
line
said, well, you don't understand. You don't understand. Some of the stuff is just metaphors. I say, first of all, I ain't even on that no metaphors. I say, you tell me where is the translation that you just said. Because I don't give them the answer. I say, you remember when God gave us a punishment as men? What did he say? And they say, well, that's what it's about. And I said, oh, they said that? I said, you sure they said that? Yeah, I'm real sure they said that. And I said, well, what if I tell you it don't say that? What you mean? It says faith. They said, well, maybe we've been just quoting him. I said, wait a minute. So you telling me you've been preaching off a quote? You ain't been preaching off the word. You ain't been really reading for yourself. So now that's what you're telling me?
Right. That's what they want you to believe. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be true to their word. So
but I went back, Tom. I went back, like he's just saying. I went back, and not only did I go back to the other versions, I went back to the audio files that I had for years and years and years. The tapes that I had, the audio files that I had.
James Alexander Scurvy.
No, actual studies, and the studies have all changed. There's no residual. All the studies have changed too. So
now,
my
when you say
studies,
studies, is it stuff you typed and talked, or is it just copy and paste whatever it was?
no, it's studies. It's actual audio files where you have a sermon, you have a study. It's a study, an in-depth study, okay, on a particular verse by verse, expository teaching,
And
right?
that got changed. Wow.
Right. They've all changed, and that's it's knocking my socks off. What do you want? I mean,
See,
that's unbelievable.
that makes me think they are correct about the parallel universe, where
Yes,
they
that
say
happens. It happens.
everything that can happen do happen, but then it's not even only that then, because like I said, I look through my Google Photos a lot. I make sure my kids
Right.
try to know their history, and we go through our photos at least once a month, and it's photos that I don't remember taking,
Right.
but
Photos that we
I'm
never
there.
took. Right. Photos that we never took. Happened to me too.
And
Photos
I
that
said,
never
wait a
took.
minute, what is this? And the people that's in the photos look a little different, but it's
Right.
me. And I
Right.
said, wait a minute, hold on, what is this? And so what is happening is either time travel, parallel. It might be all. See, that's why I say people
I
gotta
think it,
take their mind. It's all in one. Everything is happening that we are saying. It's not one thing that's happening. It's multiple things that's happening. Parallel
Has to be.
universe, um, um, manipulating of time, and because Daniel says he's gonna think about changing laws and time, and it's gonna be given to him a times
And I have the
and
time.
divided of time. So
Right.
that's three different levels. So everything that we say could be happening might all be happening. I don't think we have one cut one cut solution that's happening. I think multiple layers are happening.
I'd have to buy into that. I think it's more than one thing. I think it's more of a couple of different angles happening at the same time. I don't buy into time travel because it doesn't. Time travel, I just don't buy into. But I can
because
buy.
time traveler can't change the
Can't change
human
geography.
body or the
Right.
thing. But
Oh,
when you talk about parallel universes, this is like I used to believe that there's infinite amount of you, me, and so. But what I'm really seeing is, according to quantum mechanics, is everything is a wave of probability, like this or that.
right.
Okay, but then and we see it when we observe it. It collapses down to be our reality. So what I'm saying is, it's like a programmable universe. That's what I really think it is. I really don't think we're shifting from one Earth to another Earth. We're
Well,
all
if it's programmable, why aren't we all rich?
Well, they don't
because
want us.
with the
They
law,
don't want us to be rich. And
Or,
well,
the elite want this world to themselves. So that's what's eventually going to happen. That's why they buying these bunkers. That's why they buying these underground fortresses. They planning something. What I don't know. I know they making these cell phone towers everywhere, and that's right there is like a nuclear weapon. Only thing you gotta do is set it at a frequency that'll fry everybody.
maybe, but I doubt that because that would be too easy. It would because there's too much control. They want to control politically. They want to control. And we live in a great country, so this has just got to be confusion. I think it's just to make a ball of confusion, a big mess for everybody. But what I asked you before, simply was, are they aware that we know specifically? I think that it's aware that we know specifically. They're aware that Tom knows. They're aware that Rena knows. They're aware that I know specifically.
Of course. That's why certain things are happening to some of the Mandela effects. Like my dreams are being sporadic. I mean they're more lifelike than normal, or they different.
Like
And
another reality. Like another reality.
right? It feels more natural now. It feels
Yes.
like it's not a dream no more. It feels funny.
Like it's right.
I've
Yep,
had
me
some
too,
crazy
Tom.
dreams lately. Crazy dreams.
And so
Who's that? Who's talking?
It's Shammy. I'm back.
Okay. So you crazy like reality? It's a reality dream, or is it
Yes,
a
it's very
yeah
real, like something that
yeah
can really happen, but like they're
yeah
crazy out there, and I'm like,
yeah? The only
oh
reason
man,
I'm not trying to be too personal. I'm not trying to be too personal at all. It's just that these conversations never come up. These topics never come up unless we
oh yeah.
you know what I mean. So you don't say, hey, how you doing? What'd you have for breakfast? How was work? And by the way,
How was your
what did you?
dreams last night?
Yeah, you don't get to that. So that's why I'm asking.
And so
Yeah,
yeah, and so that's what I think. I think everybody everybody is not on the same wavelength, and so they like everybody has different blood types, and everybody has different frequencies that their body posts on, and so I don't believe that they can mess with everybody at the same time. So they sporadic target whatever area that they targeting. Like I don't have these dreams all the time. Well, I'm not having issues all the time, and so they might be in a different area. Like right now, I
I
noticed
agree.
that they have switched their focus. It's no longer on so much of the logos. Now they're messing with the music. They messing with the songs. And people be singing songs wrong anyway, so a lot of people ain't gonna know what it is.
Go to
But
bed.
but yeah, they don't really want
Go
you
read your
to
book.
stay on top of them. They try to keep it sporadic on purpose. When we started tagging it too much, then they shift focus. And what I've noticed is they don't only just mess with things that we know, they mess with things in between. Like how when we look at logos, we go look at the history of the logo and see what it was. See what some of this is what they're doing. They mess with the logo right before it. And since we ain't looking at the logo right before it, we looking at the present logo. We miss that they done mess with the logo before that.
Right. Man, I had a question for you about your background. Is Southern Baptist or what's your background?
My background is believing in God.
Yeah, I
I'm
know
just
that.
saying.
The
I mean,
denomination.
Amen.
What was your
I really
denomination?
don't have a denomination because
I
that's
know that.
another game in itself.
Hey,
I know
Everybody
that. But
everybody wanna have their own set little
Amen.
club,
I
and
understand. I understand that. I
I think
understand
we
that.
should
But
form
personally,
new
just a question.
I
Just a
mean,
question. It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything personal. It was just a
right.
question. So
no,
I
I'm not
obviously
taking it personal. I'm not taking it personal.
because I you would call me a Baptist, but Baptists won't have me. You understand? Baptists won't
Right.
have me at all. But so I was only asking because I know a Pentecostal's not looking at the Latin Vulgate. So would
Nobody
you
look.
be?
See, my problem is I think different. I think different. And when I was studying, when I came home onto the Mandela Effect, I took my walls down. Sometimes we get targeted or we get tunnel minded and we don't know how to think broadly or we don't know how to open our mind to all different scenarios. And so I wasn't reading the Vulgate for studies, I just ran across the Vulgate, and some of my mind say, okay, if it's changing in English, find some Bibles that's not English, and go. You don't know how to read Vulgate, but there's tools that you can use to try to see what that says. And so
Right.
that's why I put that because I didn't know how to read Vulgate, but
Right.
as I inputted it into the Google translation, it fed out what I was thinking. I was thinking that maybe they haven't changed all the languages of the Bibles. And so that was just because of my broad thinking, not because I was leaning to that study as as a believer. I just started opening my mind to different parameters.
How did your church vote? I mean, do you have other? Do you still attend church?
Now see that's a trick.
No, I'm just asking because
I talk to them, but I can't be with them because I can't be with somebody that calls me cuckoo,
Yeah.
especially especially when I'm supposed to be one of the leaders. I can't now. Now you got a cuckoo leader. No, And
Right,
so
exactly.
being friends, being friends with them is all right. But even in the church I'm in, I even show them. Now they just deal with me, but they don't like it. They see what I'm talking about, but their excuse is, don't worry about the changes. Long as you know what God says, and long as you have God in your heart, don't worry about what man's doing. And I tell them this. I say, if this is, I'm a minister, and that's
Right.
my toolbox, and I have tools in this toolbox I need, and they're taking the tools out of the toolbox. When I need to use it, it's not there. What do you mean? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No,
That's it exactly. That's it exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want
That's
through.
perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's perfect.
well, it's more than that. It's like the Bible is the word of God, right? That's where we get our faith, our doctrine, everything, right?
Right. Right.
So if that is getting changed, that's like the rug literally being pulled out from under us. Okay.
Yes.
I mean,
Right.
this is the biggest. All of us being Christians, accepting Jesus as our Savior, this is the biggest thing in our whole life. Not our jobs, not our family, but God Himself and His Word, right? The way we understand God. So it's like this is the biggest thing. So,
Yes.
I mean,
Right.
and
Right.
so like
Because,
anybody,
because
like a pastor, anybody plays it down. They're just allowing themselves to be deceived. Like in my church, I'm an elder and I run the media and all that stuff. And it's like I like what I deal with my wife. I got to be low keyed about this. Like, I bring it up real subtly. I say, it shows this in the Bible, and they deceive themselves, saying, well, that's a King James and stuff like that, and they like think it's the different Bible translations, but they don't realize it. There's this one woman. It's in our church. She's a prophet, and she's like, she's real right on with God and stuff. But every time she prays like in the earth, and it just drives me nuts. It's not in the earth; it's on the earth. It's because they've gone with the change. And
I,
it
t-
just
I tell people this. I say, if we in the earth, we dead, ain't we?
yeah, exactly. Like they say,
my background is
any day above ground is a good day.
my background is that Bible believing Christian, and not only a Bible believing Christian, but I am what you would affectionately call, I'm the worst of the worst. I'm a King James onlyist. That would be
Wow,
me.
wow,
Which means that I would be the most apologetic. I would be the most. I know what I'm talking about. I
yeah.
would sit there and I have to argue with these people. And now what am I doing? Now the whole doctrine's changed, the Bible's changed, and everybody that I know have not found anyone that sees the Mandela effect out of
But
everybody, everywhere. No one sees it.
I have a friend who's a King James only, and this guy is like, he's diehard. He'll argue it. Every time I try to bring him up a change and stuff, somehow he just been changed along with the Bible.
And that's the point, right? Everybody I talk to, like for example, Eman, judge not lest you be judged. Do you remember judge not lest you be judged? Correct? Right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Right. And
7:1.
they say in Matthew 7, they sit there and say it's always been that way. And I say, of course not. And I even went to my Facebook page where I had common misconceptions or whatever, and I had a bunch and judge not lest you be judged, and I wasn't using judge not lest you be judged as an error. I was using judge not lest you be judged because people always use that saying not to judge them. You understand? In my Facebook,
Now I'm about to tell you something that I hope it don't make anybody angry. But watch this. What we said is happening, all that stuff that we said is happening could be happening, and what God said could be happening at the same time. Because He said He will send a strong delusion. And so as they doing that, He's doing His. And so now we got all this stuff going together, but God has a way to have folks like me and you and all us to know what we know, because He sees where this world is spinning. And I believe I see so many rainbows it don't make no sense. Now they got rainbows upside down, and so if you
It's funny.
take
It's true.
if you say
It's
what the
true.
Bible says about what the rainbow represents, this is a reminder to God that He don't want to destroy everybody, but this is anger. That's a part of the anger that He's trying to tell you. Look, man, let me get myself in remembering what I said. And see, I remember in the Bible, and that's why I don't know where these a whole lot of some of these changes could be coming from quantum and be coming from parallel universe. But I do know I remember reading in the Bible where it says we're going to be changed from a twinkling of an eye, and I do know the scripture where He said that He's going to create a new heaven and a new earth. And so I don't know if all of this is happening all at once and we just can't pinpoint it. I have no idea.
Yes.
My opinion on that, E-Man, is simply that, and I hear that you're referencing Revelations and Thessalonians and that, and I do, but I do know that God is. I believe that, like Rena, I think that God's doing this for a reason, for a purpose. Okay,
Right.
I think He's the one behind it. I think He's the one in control of it, allowing it. I don't think it has anything.
Right.
I don't think it has anything to do with the Great Deception in Thessalonians, because that's something completely different. But I do think about what you said, Amen, about the changing of the times, the changing of the times, the changing of the seasons. With it for sure. But I do know that God is into quantum mechanics, because it says in Ephesians, it says that He made us sit in heavenly places. We're seated in heavenly places right now. If we're seated in heavenly places right now, that means that I am here, but I'm also somewhere else.
Exactly.
Right. And so that was just me thinking out of the box. And I
agree.
I mean,
I like hearing
everyone.
I like hearing everyone's different, like,
and some of it, I don't like to pinpoint because see what happens is if I pinpoint one thing, just one specific thing, then some of it don't make sense.
Right.
Like if I pinpoint just
CERN.
parallel universe or CERN, like I was saying earlier, some of the changes in the Bible, God would never say that. I don't care if you ain't never read the Bible; it ain't gonna never say that. It ain't gonna. And no unicorns should exist. And no universe, God ain't gonna say two men in one bed, because that would be contradicting what He said in His word, that men should lay with men or women should lay with women. I mean, it'd be a contradictory.
I understand where you're coming from.
And so
now, so you have different. So your friends and you don't agree doctrinally on the changes as well. That they don't see the changes that you see.
Now, see, I have ran into some different views. Like I was talking to my uncle in Memphis, and he understands exactly what I'm talking about. He don't know how it's happening, but he knows about the quantum, and he's a minister. I done ran into some pastors that know, but the tripped out part about the pastors that I ran into that know, they don't want to say nothing. And the reason why they don't want to say nothing is because they don't want to scare away their flock.
Right.
Or they don't want to take a hit in the pocket.
In the tithe. Yeah, exactly. The tithe payers.
And so one of the pastors, we was talking, and he was telling me, that wasn't never there. And he was invited to speak, and I went. And I'm thinking, well, maybe he's going to reference something, not a peep, not a word.
Right.
And some of this I understand, because as a pastor, if you're a pastor of a big congregation, you don't know what level that the congregation is at. Everybody might be in different levels, and you don't want to incite fear or cause them to do something to themselves that they shouldn't be doing. And so you got to almost walk a fine line
Yes,
but you
because it's a
need
big
to.
responsibility. It's a big responsibility,
Right,
right?
right. So because you got different soul levels, you got different understanding, you got different people that takes things in differently. So I understand why all the pastors, some of the pastors, not saying something, but they not even hinting at it. You know,
Right.
sometimes when you trying to deal with a problem like a tough screw, sometimes you can't just go hit it real hard because you'll break it or you'll tear it up. Sometimes you got to deal with it gentle. And I don't even see the gentleness. I don't even see them gradually trying to turn the screw. You don't want to go in and say, "Oh yeah, they changed the Bible and all the Bibles done changed, and we don't need to be reading this." See, they can't do that because some people
I
probably
actually,
go jump off the bridge. But you want to start to begin to turn the screw, and I don't see the screw.
I actually went. E-Man, I actually went and I listened to what they had to say about explaining the Mandela Effect, explaining that it's just a psyop, explaining that it's just convoluted nonsense. I went and I listened to every word they had to say, everybody that I could find, and their explanations were simply not good enough.
No.
Their explanations were wanting. It was terrible.
That's what I'd be worried about too.
It was just
Yeah, see,
terrible. Their explanations were ridiculous.
right? See,
And I
they
thought,
not
well,
even hinting at it. That what trips me out. You know, they not even
no,
hitting at it.
no, I don't mean personally. I mean online. I've looked at everything I could to explain away the Mandela effect, and there's no explaining it away. There's just not. And of course, I call it the quantum effect, not the Mandela
Yeah.
effect. The
Yeah,
Huey or
that's a
the
good
Emmy.
term.
And because that's what people understand, you know. But I'm glad that I meet more and more people that are affected like me because it lets me know that I'm not half crazy.
You're not crazy.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know.
and that's why I love the
You are
Mandela.
not crazy.
That's why I love the Mandela Effect community because this is a place where you got like-minded people,
Right,
and
exactly,
and so
And it's very diverse. It's very diverse.
what I do
very
like when
much so.
I like what what's the name did he gave me a pamphlet with all of the changes, so I just give it to people and let them think about it.
Oh, that's good. That's a good thing. That's good.
Let them think
Hey
for
man, I have
themselves.
to ask you a question. Just a personal question. I want to ask you. I gotta ask you. The Lindbergh baby.
Huh?
What do you know about the Lindbergh baby?
Lindbergh, but see, now, I don't know nothing about it. That's the bad part. I hate to say it. I don't try to pretend I know stuff that I don't know. So I really didn't follow that.
That's fine. That's a good answer.
But what
That's
about
a
the
good answer.
Statue of Liberty? Where
Yeah,
was
now
the
the Statue of Liberty, I did go to New York, and it don't look like it's in the right spot. It
Yep.
don't look like it's in the right spot. It don't look like it's on the island.
I
And
can't
and,
share
and
my
then I did a
pictures.
little research. And people remember going up to the torch
The
and,
torch,
and,
the
and,
torch.
I
and,
can't do
and
it.
into the crown and quoting it now. Nobody was never able to. And so I'm like, and just like I don't remember any incidents that a bomb or any kind of bomb was ever dropped in the United States. But according to our history line now, we did have a balloon bomb that
Several.
dropped in the United States
We've had
and
several,
killed
but they
people.
can
Balloon
never happen.
bomb.
And
Never happen.
I'm saying, excuse me. And so,
A balloon bomb?
Yeah.
yeah,
But we,
Wait.
yeah.
Is that the Oregon thing? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know about that one.
We've had several attacks on the American soil, but I don't remember any of them. That's what I read now. The only attack that I knew of on American soil was Pearl Harbor, and that's it. Other than the Civil War, that's it.
right.
We've never had anything.
Yeah.
They tell me that
Exactly.
the Germans attacked the Statue of Liberty, and of
No.
course several
Yeah,
bombs
no.
by the Japanese. That's what history says
The
now.
pictures I took are no longer on my phone. I've got to retake them. Dang it.
What? Yeah.
Like, how
great.
is that?
How's that possible?
Yeah.
I mean, and
Like,
so,
I did not do anything to the pictures.
and
Who's talking?
I don't know if y'all know. Do y'all know? Have y'all been experiencing technical difficulties with y'all internet and phone
Yeah,
and
terrible.
systems
Terrible.
because
Ooh, I got one.
my phone been acting funny. My internet been sporadic. My cell signals been dropping off, and it's not problem with the network. It's just happening.
All the phones that I had died the other day. My son's phone died. My phone died. The other phone died. 3 phones died. I'm sitting there with no phones. They're all dead. So, and then today, the one phone, my iPhone started working, and I can't make heads or tails with it.
Oh, that was me, guys. Sorry. Oh, I just sent a picture of a shirt that I got my daughter, and the moon phases don't look that way anymore. Just to let you know, like she wore this the other day.
I can't see them.
Oh well, it's in our chat. Whatever you're
doing. I'm there.
Right.
I'm there.
It was a messenger.
Messenger.
So
okay.
Yeah, so it's
Okay,
in there, but
Okay.
Can you see it now?
I'm on
how
Tom's
did
thing.
that
I'm not on the hangout
picture?
thing.
I've got to wait for my kids to actually fall asleep, make sure they're
Okay.
actually asleep before I go get that picture. But
Okay.
I took pictures of where we were, so because it was before the Twin Towers, you know. So
That's where Liberty was.
yeah,
That's what you're saying.
where the
Yeah.
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 So and it's on Ellis Island. Ellis Island is
Mhm.
right there. Like
Right.
it was right there.
Anybody who's a certain age, Ellis Island, they know it's Ellis Island. It's where the people got off the boat, so to speak, to Ellis Island. It's where never Liberty.
Yeah,
It's always Ellis. It's always Ellis. Yeah.
The thing is why would it be separate? Because it was supposed to be like it was a statue to like welcome people for their freedom, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
Let me ask you this:
why would it be different?
Isn't Liberty Island squarely in New Jersey?
That's what I hear. And
Yeah,
it was
right.
not in New Jersey.
No,
Whenever I was
no,
there.
because Liberty Island is something that's hotly contested over between New York and New Jersey forever since the beginning of time. That they always fight over it, but it's New York. It's not New Jersey. It's New York's, and of course the other island is squarely in New Jersey. Obviously, it's in New Jersey. Obviously.
But like the thing is, like I
Hi, how you doing, EYA?
My microphone's off. There it is.
Everyone.
Hi. Hi.
Hey, thanks for inviting me, and it's just fun to be able to hear you guys chat about the ME.
Okay.
This is a good hangout. I don't know who everybody is here, and I don't know if you guys did intros, but did you guys
Should we
do
do
intros?
intros really quick?
Do intros. Go, Tom. You do intro. You're good.
If you guys have channels, maybe you want to put them in the video description, because that way we can promote each other.
I don't. Yeah, I don't have any.
I just like go off of everyone. And
Well, EYA, I know you know who I am. I'm MSE Man 31.
Hi, and okay, can I ask you, what do you go by, Miss Eman? What is your name? What do we call you?
Oh, you can call me E-Man. See, I originally had made the channel for my wife, and I forgot it had MSE Man, and so I just was doing videos, and then when you pointed that out, it was too late to change it.
You know what? Just FYI, you actually can change it. I actually changed my channel name from
Hey
Exfoliate
Tom,
to
are you there?
UIA. But anyway, so it's nice to see you guys, and I don't mean to interrupt the flow of conversation here.
No, it's fine.
It's great to get to know you guys live.
It's fine.
So
Yeah, we can listen. Email can talk for hours. We listen all day. It just,
I was thinking maybe Tom, since it's his channel, maybe he
Tom,
wants
it's
to,
your channel. Want to do?
Where are you at, Tom? Hey, Tom. I'm giving you a hard time.
Hey, Tom.
Oh, he's gone. Well.
Oh, maybe he walked away for a minute. Tom, are you here?
Right, he walked away.
He's here.
He walked away.
Just walked away.
Okay, maybe he walked away. Would you guys? Can I ask who you guys are? I know Rena, and I know Melissa, and I see Becky. Are you on the line?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Becky. Okay,
Hi.
and then the other two people I do. Shamron, I don't know who you are. I don't think I've met you before. It's nice to meet you.
No, I haven't met you before, but nice to meet you.
And then who's the person that was just speaking with the headset?
I'm Tyler.
Hi, Tyler. It's nice to meet you too. Okay, anyway, so go on. I'm gonna go mute myself.
Now EYA.
There's planes.
EYA.
Yes.
What is your name?
Cat.
Is it just EYA?
Cat.
Cat.
Yeah.
Are you Cat of the Cat fame from the channel, the YouTube channel?
You know, I don't know. I would just I have a YouTube channel, but I don't think I don't have a cat. This is the only YouTube channel I have is EYA.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's
I
nice
know I
to
have
meet
one
you.
follower, and I don't
Hey.
even post anything.
And
Nice to meet you.
now actually that's who when I first came into the Mandela Effect, it was only two people that I was listening to. I looked at hers, and I looked at the man with the beard. I forget his name. Shoot, what's his name? You know, the old man with the
Bluebeard.
beard.
Bluebeard. Bluebeard.
No, the one that always talk. I forget
Oh,
his
Mr.
name.
Caddy?
Oh yeah. The guy that sits in front of the whiteboard.
I'm sorry, you guys. One of my friends told me to tell Cat hello. Jay says hello, Cat, and I typed it in the chat instead of on my phone. So she said hi.
She the queen of all the changes, boy. She be getting them. She have a great community of people that find the changes. I mean, and so she got an exclude. I haven't heard you talk about the. You remember back in the day when you had that list of changes that they were saying that they had changed it to. I don't. I haven't seen you do that list. You remember it was a whole lot of list of changed words that they gave excuse for why they changed it. Oh,
Who is that dog crying?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my dog. That's Bella. I'm sorry.
oh, she want to talk.
She's like, hey, pay attention to me.
Iman, are you asking me? Oh, pug! Oh, my pugs are so
My little
cute.
pug. That's my
Hi,
little girl.
honey. Okay. Anyway, you know when you're talking about the Bible changes, Iman, you're asking about what the update is. Is that what you're asking me?
No. You remember that concert that list that you had about 6 months ago. It had a whole lot of changes, and you did screenshots of them of the list. It was like a book that had all the changes that said that they was gonna change them to these moderate words. It was months ago, so you probably don't remember it.
You know
It might
what?
be
I'm
someone
not
else.
sure. The only one that I did was I did one on the thesaurus, and that was taken from Hillary's another channel. That was one. The other one I did was from a concordance that was in the back of somebody's Bible.
Right? Yeah,
They
that's
actually
the
had a
one.
list of
That's the
all
one.
the words.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
There's no update because the strangest thing is the gal who did the video with those pages ended up shutting her whole channel down right after she did her video. I think she came under a lot of attack, and I haven't heard from her since.
And that does happen. That's common. Oh, did we lose people? We lost a bunch of people.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's really strange, isn't it?
No,
we
it's been
lost like
happening
4
to me
people.
all night. It happened to me all night.
We've lost
But
like 4 people.
Yeah, like it's been happening to me multiple times tonight. So there's other people trying to get in the call. Should I accept it? Yeah. Come on.
Okay. Come here. That's my chihuahua.
Oh my goodness.
Come on. It's okay. Come here.
Oh my goodness.
He did not want to be picked up.
Obviously.
Okay, right. He's a very fickle boy. But it's okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Because
My hangout stopped back, but
yeah, mine's been doing that all night. I've been dropped off this call like 3 or 4 different times.
well,
So.
I could let me go ahead. No, Melissa, you stay. I was gonna tell Melissa to stay, and I'll drop off and let EYA back in.
Yeah, I can drop off if it's going to help somebody.
Yeah, I could too. Melissa, do you want to be back?
Everyone's coming back.
Sorry, I got disconnected.
Yeah, Rita's back.
Was everyone kicked out?
Yeah,
I was,
everyone's
yeah,
kicked out.
like,
Okay, if we go beyond 9, I can actually get out, you guys, and I can listen to you guys. Tom, are you still with us?
I could go for a little bit because I've been here for a while. If you want, and I could listen.
I can listen too. I just don't know. I don't understand what is going on with the whole chat because it happened earlier and we only had like 5 people on.
Could be anything.
The limit is 9, so if I don't know why people got kicked out. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, because we're only right now. I have. What are you guys showing? I'm showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm showing 6. Now E-Man's back, so it's 7. Is that right?
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, see, that's what happens. That's what happens when you're doing some good work. You know, the system shuts you down.
Cheese stick.
Oh, this goes into the technical issues you were talking about.
Oh, ooh, should we talk about that whole blackout thing that they're like the government is talking about? No, I'm not doing.
Yeah, what? I know nothing about it, so go ahead.
So they're saying, hold on, I have my 3-year-old trying to here. I'm gonna be a bad mom and give her a Pop-Tart, even though she should be in bed.
So Melissa should be able to come back, right?
We won't tell anybody.
Yes.
Jamie, we won't tell anybody.
I will tell everybody. I will tell everybody I know about the Pop-Tart incident.
They're saying that they're doing things like blackout over the United States. Saying
Wait, my article will be entitled "Pop-Tarts and Blackouts: What You Can Do."
Here, take one. All right. It's blue and it's blueberry. Go. You need to lay down. Just sit on the couch. All right, but so what I was saying was it is saying that we're having blackouts in different areas because they want to figure out like if our country went down. You know, I think it's called like I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue again, and I can't tell you.
A stress test?
What is it?
A stress test?
Well, it's not. Not a stress.
Well, it's similar because I've heard the same thing.
Project something.
Yeah.
Project Indigo. Project, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're going to be testing to see what our like our systems and everything else is going to be if, say, we had a nuclear, well, not even a nuclear war, but like a.
Well, I know they were doing that in New York City, but that was several months ago. They were testing it in New York City.
They're saying it's going to happen soon. Like I think it's tomorrow. To be honest.
Yeah, it is tomorrow.
Thank you for the warning. I appreciate
it. It is tomorrow.
By the way, tomorrow.
They won't tell us what cities though. That's the problem because they want it to be a surprise. And what I think they're going to do is that blackout going to erase a lot of stuff that they want to erase. They not going to have a blackout, and so.
I'd say a medium-sized city, not a huge city. They take a place like Rochester, New York, or Syracuse, or something like that to see what's going to happen.
I'm close to Fresno, and I've heard about it. So,
you know, I heard about it. I heard about it about 3 weeks ago, and it was so coincidence that they want to do it right after the solar eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of worried about my birthday, though, guys. Like, I've been saying this for a while on Brian's channel. My birthday is September 23rd. And, you know, they're saying that this is a pivotal, like, place, and it could be, you know, everything acting out.
But tell you what, just take the time to breathe, because there'll be a whole lot of doom and gloom when you deal with stuff like this all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So you just got to wait and see. I mean, you've heard about Agenda 21. You've heard about the Walmart conspiracy thing. You've heard about you've heard about this stuff for years. And, you know, I mean, there are things to worry about, but I can almost safely say that when it's time to worry, it's really too late. I mean, there's really nothing that we can do.
Man, watch this. This is the take I take on it. I tell people all the time, look, I don't worry about nothing. And the reason why I don't worry about it, because I know who I belong to, and I know where I would be going. If something did happen, I tell my friends all the time, hey, you no need to worry, because if as long as you believe in God and believe in Jesus, you're gonna be set free. So I don't none of the gloom that may be happening, and that's what I tell people. I don't do this to fear people or make people afraid. I do this to make people aware.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
I rather, like I told people a lot of time, I'd rather know if somebody's going to push me down the stairs so I can brace myself. Now, would I be able to stop the push? Maybe not. But the fall and me breaking my neck, I can brace myself so that I don't break my neck.
Strangely silent. Everyone's very strangely silent on that one. But yeah. I agree.
Relate.
Yeah.
Most of us relate to that.
Yeah, I my opinion is, truthfully, I'm not worried about it, because, you know, we could, like, you know what I say, you're going to find it crazy, guys, but in 50 years, none of this is going to matter.
Well, I told somebody this. I said, I guarantee you. A lot of people say, how can you guarantee? I said, well, I might not be here, but the way the world is going and how it's shaking up to be, I say, I guarantee you, I don't believe we're going to make it another 100 years, because either we're going to kill ourselves, or God going to be like, oh, it's time for me to take them out, because we moving faster than what we really supposed to be, and so that's why we having a whole lot of mistakes.
Yeah, this goes into what you were saying before. What you were saying about things speeding up, like the Tower of Babel. That nothing will be restrained. If they're not restrained, nothing. Their imagination was only evil in their heart continually, and nothing can stop them. That's why they did the Tower of Babel. That's why they scattered. God scattered them, because if they didn't scatter, achieved everything. And that's the point that we're at right now. Now we're in big. We're in big trouble. Big trouble. You know. Hey, E-Man, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
You'd be surprised. I'm only 38.
Okay. Well, 38 is old enough to know that things have really changed in the last 20 years. Things have sped up to the point where we're at a point that we shouldn't be at technologically.
Now watch this. This was gonna blow your socks off. I literally cut me and my kids' hair a month ago, and our hair is not growing as fast as it's supposed to. It's not even, and I can probably say that about myself because I'm getting older. So, your hair don't grow as fast as it used to.
How long ago?
But my kids, their
How long
hair
ago?
Huh?
How long ago?
About a month ago.
No, you got to cut your hair every 2 weeks.
No, not now. Not now. It's not growing. It's some reason it's not growing like it's supposed to grow.
Yeah, that's a Mandela effect, guys. That's the Mandela effect.
My husband has to cut his hair every week because of his job, and like he's cutting it even more often, like sometimes twice a week, and I'm like, I need to learn to cut hair because that gets expensive.
Yeah, really, right.
I learned to cut hair. I went and got all the professional stuff that they had. My I went and got the Andes and all that. And now I saved myself $50 because I got 2 sons
No,
and
I
me.
am.
Sure, of course.
So I am very clumsy. So I'm worried about doing it because he has to have a certain way and it has to be completely flat and everything because
Oh man.
of what he does. So it can't there can't be any like extra at all. So
Adam is here.
and
Hi, Adam.
he
Hello.
likes it. Hi, Adam.
How's it going?
I don't think I've met
Just
you,
fine.
Hello.
but I literally have to pay that much because he's always having to do that. You're fine. And I
Hi.
wish I could cut hair like that, but no, it's not that good. It turns out he usually has to shave his head, and he can't do that right now. So I have to pay for it until I can master it. So
So your artistic, the artism doesn't go to the hair cutting yet, is what you're saying.
yeah, nope, I am not an
You won't,
artist.
you can't, what if you just do that? What if you just leave all your mistakes in the back of his head and just not tell him?
I can't because he's in the military.
Well, you just say it wasn't you, must have been somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
I'm only
If I
kidding,
could
of
like
course.
get my friends to let me practice on their sons, that'd be awesome.
Oh
But
yeah, sure, yeah. You mind sending over your kids so I can cut them? That'd be great. Cut them
but
over.
I have 3 girls. I'm not going to shave their heads.
Oh
Sure, yeah. Not if you wanted to stay at home past the age of 8. Yeah.
No, I gotta like my one daughter would be
Yeah.
okay with it, but because she's kind of like GI Jane, she's like, yeah, let's do this.
I mean,
But
but have y'all noticed how people are different far as the way they treat one another? The empathy, the empathy. I can't even say the word
Empathy.
empathy of the young generation seem like it's gone.
That's just
I
the
mean,
younger generation. Yeah, they're crazy. Yeah, we know.
I
I don't know.
mean,
I live in a pretty good community because we're all kind of in the same. So
I live in suburbia, so
whether
everybody's nice.
race,
I think I might need to move then.
gender,
Yeah.
everything, like
Yeah,
everyone's the same.
everybody's nice. Yeah.
Like everyone's the same. I feel like it's been better the past few years, actually. Like it's been way better than what it
Well,
has been.
well, we must be in parallel universes, or time and is cutting up for people because my city, Lord Jesus, they done lost their mind. I'm in Chicago, so I guess that's
Well,
why.
sure, yeah. Why did you
Oh, where
say
in
so,
Chicago are you?
Chicago? Of course.
Where in
I need
Chicago?
to move out there with y'all at, Lord Jesus.
Doesn't matter. We're Chicago. We're in Chicago. But
Where in
does it matter we're in
That's what I'm
Chicago?
asking.
No, it don't
No,
matter.
I'm asking.
They going to the
No
north side
places.
now.
I got a friend that you might even know.
They going in the north side now. So they don't even care.
Hey guys, sorry I was gone for a
Hey,
little
here.
while.
Oh,
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's
hi.
up, everybody?
Hey, all right. Hey,
How
hi,
you doing, Brian?
Did Brian come in?
Hey.
Oh, hey, Brian.
we're up to 10 people. This is great.
Finally, Brian, you're home.
We
Wow.
got all the heavy hitters in the room.
Oh, that's
We got
right,
11.
man. I
Guys,
was
we got 11. We got Teresa in here, too.
oh,
Oh,
great.
hey, Teresa.
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 I miss you.
What's
I haven't
up?
seen you in a few days.
I'm going to, Teresa, can you
Six
dial
days.
me on Messenger so that way it sounds a lot clearer?
I thought we were on Messenger.
We are, but it's on my phone. Hang on, guys. Let me go on mute real quick. I'll get her in here so you guys
Yeah,
can...
like I was saying, I was on the phone with High Command, so that's why I had stepped out for a while.
Okay. High Command is.
It's your wife.
Your wife?
Can we have an
Exactly.
introduction again for that?
Exactly. Like,
I don't know. Like we've got all these people in here.
Is 9 the limit?
I don't know. What we got here? Let's count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
think
6,
there's
7, 8,
9
9.
now.
We're at 10 now. I
Oh,
think
that's
this is the
interesting.
limit.
Oh
We
wow.
broke the limit.
Did anybody get kicked out or at all? Or let's see.
No, not
No, I
all.
don't think so. Is
Oh,
Melissa
Man,
still in
y'all,
here?
y'all need more room now. I'll
Is Melissa
step in.
here?
Man, we broke it.
Oh no, everybody stays on board. More
Oh.
is better.
Stay here, E-Man. I've never actually got to talk to E-Man, so keep him in here.
Hey.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, I mean, Adam, you got to go to work pretty soon, so you might want to like holler now.
Yeah, I
Like,
got about 30 minutes, so I got to head in. So.
okay.
Oh, this is a fun chat.
Hey guys, Teresa's here with me.
Hey,
Hi,
Teresa.
Teresa.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi,
Howdy.
Teresa.
Hey, that's the golden girl right there. She get all the fine.
Residue.
Teresa's a residue queen.
Everybody is. You're gonna have to tell me.
She's a hustler. Okay, we have Adam. Gosh, we got a big list here.
Hey, Teresa, I don't know if you can hear me, but I have a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you actually see Bible changes?
EYA is here too, and we got MSE Man.
EYA?
Yeah, Rena's here, and we got. Let's see who else is here.
Brian. EYA was asking Teresa, does she see the Bible changes?
Only if they're pointed out to me. I do Mormon. I do more. I'm like Brian. I see more logo changes and more song changes and more.
Are you born again?
She accepted Jesus Christ as her Lord and Savior not too long ago.
Oh, okay. Well, praise
Hey.
God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amen.
Here.
See that's why. See that's why I tell people we almost just like a church. We got all joints supply. We we got EYA with all the Bible changes. We got Brian with his king eye. We got Teresa over there. So we all got our own parts.
Yes. I would like to meet the other Justin. Is this name?
Guys, I found this at a yard sale. Explain to me why it says trespasses on this Lord's Prayer that I have right here. Why does it say trespasses if that's not what it is? I don't know if you guys can make
Move
that
it
up.
a little bit. Yeah, move it a little bit.
Great residual.
There we go.
You guys see trespasses?
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah.
We see it.
Hold on.
EYA, I meant to tell you.
Yeah.
I talked to a Methodist minister the other day, and he remembers trespasses. That should tell you something.
Well, great.
Now, watch this. This is the problem with the trespassers. If trespassers wasn't there, why the sentence right under that says if you don't forgive them their trespasses? So
Yeah.
that right there,
Why does
that
it
right
say
there
we need
should
to-
be the answer.
Right. And
Oh,
you know what I
my
look at it? The
goodness.
reason why it's left
Yes.
behind is because the enemy is woefully imperfect. And I think all it does is substantiate for those of us who see that it was changed. I think debts was put in there because the bankers want to be forgiven. You know what I'm saying? The Rockefellers.
Oh yeah.
That
the
sounds good.
Rockefellers
So
and-
now we have
sounds
bank,
about right.
bank in the Bible, and then you have debts, and they want to be forgiven. They're so evil. They're so evil.
No,
Yeah,
I don't-
you know what's so great?
I don't think the banks want to be forgiven the debts. I think it would be more evil than that. I don't think so. I think the debtors would imply socialism, not the bankers. Bankers don't win, place, or show. Socialism would.
Well,
Let's
getting
not-
getting back to trespassers, I mean, what was great was Trump's wife, when she quoted the Lord's Prayer, and she quoted just like the way it used to be in the King James Bible.
Man, that video, I did that video and I got 55,000 views. I wasn't gonna do it.
55,000? Wow.
I did it because I was listening to it when it happened,
Cow,
and I did it, and that video has 55,000 views. It's in some reason it stopped at 55 and ain't got no more episodes.
Okay, you guys are probably too young to know this, but Trump. Everybody hates Trump. I don't hate Trump, but everybody in the press hates Trump. you realize that Trump is hands down the most hated president we've ever had. The most hated president, period.
Oh yeah.
Even,
They say
Nixon,
he's
even
the King
Nixon.
Cyrus. King
Yeah,
Cyrus.
yeah, Nixon wasn't hated as much as Trump is.
Well, and I'll tell you another thing that's crazy about it. No other president has ever been threatened as much as him and nothing done about it. That's what blows my mind about it.
Yeah.
Well, you
right.
know, all
True.
of it, all of this is just a game. It's a game.
Exactly.
They've been playing this game. They started this game when they insinuated that Hillary was going to win. They did that on purpose. They did that on purpose because I don't know if she was supposed to win or they knew she wasn't going to win. And so when he won, everybody act like, oh, it's a shock. It's a shock. And so that made everybody angry. See, it's all agenda. They sway you the way they want you to think. And because I think they're trying to either start a civil war and other wars along with it, because all of the anger that they're pumping out even right after the election. You hear the news say, oh, it's doomsday. I'm moving. So
The only
it's
thing
like
I'm worried about. Oh, keep going. Sorry.
so it's like this is what they're trying to pump into people's psyche.
I was so like I was thinking about the whole Navy ships thing,
Right.
because
Mhm.
I am involved with the
The military. Right. Me too.
So, and I am trying to wonder, like, how did that happen? It's actually happened 4 times in the past, since January. So, but 2 of them were not like, they weren't talked about. So,
Right.
like, it's kind of weird, and you're like, is it a sign? Like, or are they trying to? Because you know that they're not horrible. Like, I mean, they have so much stuff on those ships, and then now
No,
it
was done. The information that we get is so, it's filtered. The information that we get. Obviously, it's another country messing with us, letting us know that they can do this. That's all. Letting us know that they can sabotage us, that they can hurt us, that they can hurt us in some way, hurt our ships. It won't matter because we have so many ships. It doesn't make any difference. The United States is so unbelievably powerful compared to other countries. The United States can take on the whole world, and we would give them a real run for their money. Everybody knows that. But that's not the point. I didn't want to interrupt you in what you're saying, so go ahead. Are you saying this because you're concerned because is your son in the military? Is that what it is?
No, my husband is.
Yeah. See, my son's in the Army. He signed up for another 4 years. So we're concerned because they're doing that troop buildup, and they're going to send in paratroopers. That's what they were talking about. Trump was today.
I'm not Army, so
yeah, but that's okay. You don't know the Army. Yeah, but he's in that division. He's in the 82nd. So we're concerned.
All right. Well, I will pray that everything is good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna pray for you. Pray too. I tell people all the time, man. I'm looking at all of the hidden messages. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day when they used to have records and they spin them backwards and they had them subliminal messages. They're pumping subliminal message all across the board. I mean, right now, all over Netflix. Have you noticed that Netflix is no longer what it used to be? Netflix is its own entity now. It's creating its own stuff now. But most of the stuff that it's dealing with is time travel and the possibility of time travel and these cartoons. And I said, why are they trying to get us used to the possibility, so when the cover be unpulled it's not a shock to the system. So that's why I believe some of the people that we talk about the Mandela effect, they believe we just watching TV too much, or it don't
Well, let's let them believe that. Let's let them believe that, and then send
It's
out
not going
our
to mean
own
anything.
messages.
Yeah, there's so many sheep out there. There's nothing I can do. The sheep are the sheep are just sheep. There's nothing I can do. I can't convince them. It's not my job to convince them. I tell them that's it.
You can lead them. You can lead them drink, but you can't make them drink. Or
lead them to water, but you can't make them drink.
There you go. You got it.
I still feel bad. I have all the empathy in the world, but I can't. If I can't change them, I can't change them. That's it.
No. I'm not saying we're supposed to make them change. I'm just saying that's why I believe we have so much resistance to people believing us, because they are pumping these subliminal messages. So it's dumbing them down. So it's not a what? Oh, what? It's like, oh well.
Well, Fox News. I mean, that clip just gets me irate about how they're like saying to all psyop, and it had this guy convinced that his memory was just totally false.
Really?
I think everybody's seen. Oh yeah, this kid, this guy, he's an Asian guy or something, and he say, "Oh yeah, it's Luke, I'm your father," and it's like they wound up saying, "Oh no, it's no," because I guess I must have. Misremembered, and that's how they condition
made you feel bad, or it made him feel bad, and
made him feel like an idiot. He's like, you're losing your mind, and
it is almost like they doing what they call it. They're making sure that they cover their backside.
Right, they're squelching it.
E-man, I'm sure.
E-man. Make people go back to sleep.
Guys, go ahead, Rena. Can I say something after you?
I'm done.
Sorry.
What were you saying, Rena? I didn't hear you.
I just said that they want to put people back to sleep. They just want to keep everyone asleep.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, like it says, go on, keep on sleeping, right there in the gospel now.
Yeah, sleep on.
Where does it say that? Where does it say that?
Oh, it's praying for 1 hour. Yeah, Kat, go ahead and tell them that one.
I'm sorry, I stepped away for a minute. What were you saying?
Yeah, about that scripture about keep on sleeping on.
Keep on sleeping, don't wake up, something like that in the gospel now.
What?
When in the garden, when Jesus tried to wake him up, in the old way.
Yeah, right. Now he says sleep on.
Yeah.
Sleep on?
What do you mean in the garden he was sleeping?
Seriously?
In the garden he was sleeping.
To sleep.
Oh, you talking about that part where he says, can you at least stay with me for 1 hour?
Terry for 1 hour, right.
Terry for 1 hour, and he couldn't have fell asleep.
Melissa, what do you feel about that?
Well, now he tells him to sleep on, baby.
No, he did not.
Yeah. Here we go.
That's a change. Yeah, that's a change.
Oh,
He did not tell him. He scolded them. He told no.
Yeah. Well, read your Bible, bless you, because now it says sleep on.
Oh yeah, if you're not a believer now, look at the word presidency. I'm glad you found that one, EY, because that one threw me through a loop. I read Daniel back in January, and it wasn't like that. It did not have the word presidents for me.
You know what's weird? See, I found that was one of the first ones that I found back in June 2016.
Are you serious? Because it didn't change.
Yeah, that was one of.
Until you said it.
I remember that. That was one of them. Because I think I used to do a shadow, and she was like, "Wait a minute, hold on." That was one of them.
What the biggest, another big one for me was India, Spain, Portugal in the Bible. Of course, they weren't there before.
Well, the word Italy wasn't there before. Was it?
No.
Italian, right?
Italy wasn't there either.
Hey, I just did one about the face instead of the brown now in Genesis.
Right.
Instead of the brown?
Yeah, it says face. Sweat by your face now.
It does. What about, guys, the whip? He's Indiana Jones now.
You know, whip at the money changers? A whip at the money changers?
Yeah.
At the money changers.
When he turns the tables.
The whip.
It's the money
He
shakers.
did. He always had a whip.
Right? Is that how it
Yeah,
said?
a
It's
whip.
the money shakers.
No, he always had a whip.
Yeah, I remember that.
You sure you remember
Did
that?
he have a whip? That was he? Yeah, I remember that he always had a whip. What is it for you guys? Is
Me
it new
too.
to you?
What?
I don't remember
Yeah,
that. I remember him getting angry
always.
and turning the tables.
I remember
Yeah,
that too.
no,
Yes.
he had a whip.
He,
He had a
he
whip.
definitely did.
He did
He
have
had a
whip.
whip. Yeah, he had a whip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
had a
had a
whip.
Absolutely.
What?
I vote for the whip.
Okay, now wait a minute. One at a time, who said they remember him having a whip?
Me.
I
Me,
do.
me.
I don't.
Me, I do. Yes, I did. Yeah.
No.
I
I-
can't do that. It's crazy.
I do not remember it like that.
The reason why I remember it is that it's part of a joke. When people say that you should act like Jesus, and I said, well, that's great. You know, he did tip over the tables of the money changers and grab a whip. You want me to act like Jesus? That's what people say.
No, the
Cat.
whip. Yeah.
Cat, what'd
With
you
a whip, yes.
I don't. You know what's interesting, you guys? I remember because I've seen videos about this, right? Movies, and I remember seeing movie clips with Jesus having a whip and going in and overturning the tables.
Right.
He was so angry that he was making. They were making
Sorry,
a den
I
of
got it.
thieves, right? They were going
Right,
under.
Right.
Correct.
But
That
I
is
don't
correct.
remember in scripture, honestly, I don't remember that he had a whip when he went in.
Sure.
I think he was just angry. And I don't know if the whip was inserted in the movie, you know, kind of Hollywood style, or if it was actually in scripture. I honestly don't remember.
I remember it being in scripture. However, you got to remember, especially in things like this, if our memories don't match, it's perfectly okay. Here's one for you that I'm sure that nobody remembers, but like the word Easter. Easter was definitely in the scriptures. Was definitely in
I
the
want to ask y'all
scriptures.
something. Can I ask y'all something
I'll go ahead.
before I forget? Do you think we shift more because we're more aware of it, or because it's actually happening and we're?
I don't believe
there's
at all.
what?
I think we are broke. I think we are broken up in pieces. We're broken up in pieces, and the only reason I say we're broken up in pieces is because I was riding down the E-way before, and it's two different T's now. It's one with just a straight line and one with the hook. But now, you know, in the city, they normally keeps the sign in a uniform manner. But every mile that I went, because I was driving to O'Hare, the sign flip-flopped. The T's kept flip-flopping. If one moment they would be the straight T with the hook straight, and then another one it'll be like a tail on it. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. And so what I'm thinking is it's like if y'all ever seen that movie Star Trek, it was an episode where the ship was cut up in different pieces, and every time they moved to a certain part, it was a certain part of the history that was there. And so I believe we're cut up somehow.
Tom, are you still here?
Oh yeah, I'm still here.
All right.
I can
I'm
see
still
that.
breathing.
I've seen like letters and things flip around. We went hiking.
What do you think?
It's weird. I feel like it's playing a joke on us just to mess with us, to cause more confusion. Like, I went hiking and I looked at the map, and I'm pretty good at reading maps, and then it mirrored, so we went the opposite way. When I went back to the map to be like, where are we going? It was back to normal. I'm like, wow, it completely flipped. It like tried to lead me in the wrong direction. You know, I got my kid with me, and I felt like that was an attack on me because he was tired. And
Yes, I agree. See, what Rena's talking about is something more personal than just passing signs on the road. She's talking about something playing tricks on her, and she herself was sharp enough to catch it. She caught it, and if she wasn't paying attention, she wouldn't have caught it at all. And that's what I think it's personal. I think that.
Do you think people are just oblivious, like completely? Like
absolutely.
Many people are oblivious.
I don't think they're oblivious. I think they're sheep. And just like as you talk to someone, say if I'm talking to Tom and I say, Tom, this the letter cat here should be dog, or the word cat here should be dog. And he goes, oh, yes, you're right. It should be dog. But then I talked to him the next time, and he says, no, it was always cat. That is not that's not right. That's something that
I experience that at least once a week. It's horrible.
Let's talk about that, guys. Can we talk about that? Because I'll tell you what, I think all of us have experienced this, and I want to get consensus because this drives me completely crazy. You go to somebody, you have a list of questions. Their memory matches yours, and you're thinking,
you're excited.
Yes, they get it. Then you go back to them a day later or a week later, and they actually say that their memory was wrong.
Right.
And I've
had it happen in the same. I've had it happen.
Hey, is the Navy still like out now because they're flying planes? Is the Navy still saying that they're not flying planes right now because of everything that's been happening?
Is it baby? I can't hear.
Navy, Navy.
Maybe.
Navy.
I didn't hear anything about the Navy not flying planes.
Oh, everything in general because of what happened over in Singapore.
What happened over in Singapore?
So another merchant ship.
Oh yes.
You guys know that Navy is in the Bible now, and I feel like we have Navy, we have ships, we have all these military terms in Scripture right now, and I think it's all about. What I see is I see them change Scripture, and then all of a sudden it hits the headlines. So with the Navy, I feel like the accidents that we're seeing with the two Navy ships are really planned. It's orchestrated.
No, I feel that it's that way also, and I've tried to figure out why.
I don't think we're gonna.
I'm going to get a little bit more into that and like try to figure out that because my husband is Navy. My husband goes not on like the little ships. He does the big ship, but you know, like
I think in my opinion, I think it has to do with going to war. So we have Navy in the Bible, we have fleet, we have ships, we have sailors, we have officers, we have lieutenants. We have a lot of military language.
Let's not forget lawyers.
I agree.
And don't forget saluting.
And saluting, of course, that's a huge one.
Yeah.
Saluting.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they're saluting everything. They're saluting houses. They're saluting this and that and everything else. But I think that's what I think it is. And I think what we should do is be praying for the military, like your husband, and praying protection over him. I think in this hour, you guys, the most important thing is all of us are keeping our hearts right before the Lord because we don't know when He's going to call us home. And I believe I'm the kind of person, you guys, I don't get involved in date setting. I don't get involved in, oh my goodness, it's going to happen tomorrow. No, I just keep my eyes on the Lord. And when He chooses to take me home, or that's His plan, that's His purpose.
I love talking to you.
I agree.
So if we walk in fear, you guys, the Bible says that He's not giving us a spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind.
Yeah.
EYA. Is that what we call you as EYA? Is that right?
You can call me EYA. You call me EYA. That's fine. Yeah.
Cover your ass.
What is it? You broke up when you said that.
I said cover your ass.
Not really. I don't know who just said that, but
I did. Jamie.
Yeah. No, it's EYA.
Yeah, it's EYA.
It's still Yeshua always, right?
So yeah.
That's what it is.
What I think about you guys is just that I think that all of us are being tested right now. All of us are marveling at these mysteries that are happening, and how is it happening, and am I going crazy, and how is it no one sees this, and where am I? Who am I? Who are these people that are in my life?
It hurts your feelings.
Oh, it's just crazy. It's because
it's infuriating.
Well, what do you talk about, right? What do we talk about?
Something that'll get their attention. It's almost like a recruiting tool, like Tom was saying. There's something I want to show you guys real quick. Can I show them the EYA? And then I'll.
Please. I mean, it's not my channel.
Good,
I'm just
Brian, knock
yes.
yourself
It's
out.
all
Hey,
Tom.
it's my,
Tom.
it's all mine,
Is
baby.
Tom
No,
back?
you got to check this out. We
Oh,
got
I'm
blue
here.
dogs in India.
All right.
Go ahead, Brian.
Look at that.
I'm looking at
You know
it.
you need to
Breaking
do. Hey Tom, you need to
Yeah.
change it. The on your end, you need to go ahead and click on his icon so it
Yeah,
sits on him.
that's what I just did.
Look at this. We have blue dogs in Mumbai.
Are you serious? Blue?
Yeah, they're turning blue.
Yeah, just from the
I guess
water.
they're in the water and they
Wait.
turn blue.
Hey Tom.
Oh my
Tom.
god.
Yeah.
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 Really quickly, what happens is that the circle goes to whoever is talking. But if
Right.
you click
But
on
if
the
I click
icon
on
of
it,
somebody, like
right,
it will
it'll stay on there.
stay
I've got to stay
there
inside.
no matter who's
They're
talking, so we can see the blue dog.
There was a
Okay,
green
cool.
dog born too recently.
By
Yeah.
the way, Navy is not down anymore. By the way.
So you guys were saying something about the Navy, and then you said something about dogs, so that triggered me to think of this. This is something
Hey.
brand new today.
Navy's always blue, you know. But no, this is like my first live hangout with everybody,
Oh.
so it's working out good.
Yeah, well, I like it.
It's working out
That's a good
awesome.
turnout.
You have lots of people.
That's what I like. The more, the merrier.
Hey, Tom and Brian. Teresa wanted
hey.
me to mention, like, that
Hello.
we're talking about dogs, but
Hey,
they're
I'm just
said
have to
they're
head out and head to work.
okay.
All right, Adam. Thank
Adam,
you.
good luck.
Thank you for stopping by.
Safe ride to work, man.
Bye.
Thanks for coming on board.
I'm
later.
gonna jump in a minute too because I think Yasmin wants back in, but I wanted to just share real quick that she said there are curly hair cats now. Like, it doesn't remember that being that way, and I told her yeah, it's just
Okay,
it's
so do you
another
want to know
strange.
what I'll
Wow.
tell you what I found, you guys, regarding curly. So they're curly horses, they're curly cats, and they're curly pigs.
Right.
So I thought, I wonder if curly or curl is in the Bible. And sure enough, I found curl in one of the translations. And in the King James Bible, it's in all the translations that the curl was found in Song of Solomon. And then I looked, and in the King James Bible, the word was translated to bushy. So now we have
Right.
bushy and curl in the Bible. And I know it wasn't there before. So yeah, I think curly kittens. No, there weren't curly.
No,
We didn't
no.
have curly horses, curly pigs, and curly cats. I mean, this is all like line
Well, wait a
signs and
second.
wonders.
Think about it, guys.
And the curls on the letter.
The rules on the letters.
Well.
Yes. Sixes. They're all sixes. They're curly. Think about it.
Oh, that's a good. That's really good.
TY. I want to run this by you before we go off or anything. TY on your keyboard. Where does TY point to? And you see a lot of TYs joining, and FTs and Ys. Where do they all point to? Look at your keyboard.
I get to the 6. That's what you're saying.
Yep. And look at the caret symbol. The caret symbol is a 6.
Yeah.
Every one of these letters that's merging, look at the F, T, Y, G, H, and J. All of those letters you see are merging. And they all point to the same spot. What do y'all think about that? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, sorry, it's like phone call.
Yeah, I know. I see the pictures everywhere.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
sorry.
had a weird thing. Sorry.
I wanted to make sure. I will jump off of here if Yasmin want 31 E-Man. Is it He-Man or
No.
E-Man?
E-Man, but we got plenty of room as long as we don't go beyond 10 people. We haven't done that, so nobody needs to jump off. We're good.
I can jump off and make room for somebody too, guys. I just wanted to come here and show some support for Tom and stuff, and also want to get some information to you guys about this personal. This isn't a personal invite, but it's a formal invite. I'll tell you that. This is a formal invite. This guy, my friend Paul, works for ABC, and he wants us to come October 28th. We're gonna have our chance to speak out to the media.
Who's Who's this guest
October
speaker,
20th.
Brian McFarland? Who's
Alabama.
that? It's
What is it?
Brian McFarland. I see it. Back it up a little bit. There he is. I know that guy.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was Brian McFarland.
No. People misspell.
Brian, your name changed for me. It changed for me too. I remembered as MC, and when I saw it change, I was like, "You gotta be kidding!" But yeah, your name changed for me.
It changed 3 times for me too.
See that, Brian? You're an ME guy.
I don't know. Like Meigs' name changed for me because I on her name on Facebook, I thought it was Megan B. I'm not gonna say her last name.
E-Man's name changed for me. It was always S-Man, or MES Man, because it was always like ME, like Mandela Effect, at S-Man. It was really weird when I saw it change. I was like, what? No, it's gotta be. He must have changed it, but he didn't. So.
Listen, guys. Listen. But what I'm saying about the media, real quick, and about the media, they're kind of putting a bad light on the Emmy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
of course.
I know the Emmy can be difficult because it splits people up. But as long as we're not speaking bad about anybody, we're not like, I mean, we're just presenting evidence. You know, stuff's changing.
That's
And
right.
there's some people's attitudes out there like, okay, stuff changing, get over it. You know, like stuff changes all the time. Well, we're talking about quantum changes. A lot of
Okay,
people
I
don't
have
know how
a
the effect
question.
works.
I have a
What?
question
Yes.
for everybody, if I may ask.
Yeah, go
You
ahead.
guys, okay. So I'm going to tell you some of my experiences of telling people about changes in the world. So, because I think that's a great way to bridge to people, right? So I was sharing with a relative. I'm not going to go into a lot of details. Well, I was talking about the name change for Desi Arnaz. Now,
Oh yeah.
I know it's Desi Arnaz, not Desi Arnaz. Okay.
Right.
And
Yes.
when I told my relative about this, they got very angry, really angry. And I thought that it was irrational. Now,
Right.
I have to ask you, are you guys, when you go to tell people about name changes or logo changes, whatever, do you get people who get angry with you?
Yes.
Yes.
Super angry.
They get hostile.
They go, why are you even saying this?
Yes.
Oh, obviously, you guys met my wife.
Well, Tom, I'll tell you a joke about something
My
like that, but I'll
husband's
tell you later
okay
on.
now, but holy moly. I have a friend who I went to the pool with before going live with Brian one
Right.
night, and I was all excited, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of scared, and like trying to be a girl. And she goes, that's just stupid. I said, why is it stupid? And she goes, because none of that is real. I said, okay, well, that's okay. And then she came at me the whole night that I was like streaming. She was texting me and telling me that I was like maybe going crazy. How do you deal with that?
You can't.
Positively and with courage.
Yeah, you can't. It's very hard to deal.
Oh man. But I want to ask y'all something because I know Shammy, you and I have sort of synced with some of this stuff with having, like you told me you had recently had a panic attack.
Yeah.
And you don't normally get them. Isn't that what you told me?
Yeah.
I had gotten one just shortly before the eclipse. It happened at 2:08 p.m. my time, and the eclipse happened like almost right on the dot, 30 minutes later, about 2:30.
Mine was in the morning, but I also had kids to send off. So could have been that. But
That'll give you a panic attack.
Yeah, I think everybody was extremely anxious yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. I mean,
send my middle daughter off because her class wasn't going to see it. So I'm like, I'm going to make sure that she sees it, like
sure.
I'm into space. Like I am super into space.
Sure.
And I'm not gonna hinder her from seeing it. And I looked at the little so whenever you check your kids in, it's all eclipses. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I asked my husband, I'm like, so should I put the eclipse or should I put a real reason? He's like, do a real reason.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Can't find the remote. Daughter needs to be here to find it. That's what you need to say. Can't find the remote. Daughter has to help me find it. Signed. Thank you. That's all. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Everybody would understand. Can't reprogram the DVD player. Kid needs to be here.
She needs to be here to find the remote.
Can't restart the router. She knows what she's doing. I'm sorry. Everybody understands. Everybody understands. Must guard last yogurt in fridge.
Can I say something? Somebody was asking, somebody was talking about it in the chat a second ago about flat Earth stuff. I got asked by very close friends if I believe in the flat Earth or not, and I told them, listen, I'll tell you what I believe, and you can say what you want to say, what you believe, or whatever. And I didn't want to create an argument, but I believe in God's word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I believe. I know it stirs up stuff. That's typically why I don't like talking about it. But I am firm on that. God made a firmament. It's all there in the scripture. That was my answer. Okay.
I don't understand why flat earthers are so much into flat earthers. I don't care.
Well, I can't prove it either way, but that's what's in scripture, so that's what I believe.
Well, I understand. It's in the scriptures it says it's not the firmament. It says the circle of the earth. It says circle of the earth in scripture. That's what it says. Circle of the earth. So I believe it's a circle, and they believe it's flat. I don't care. 6 of one, half a dozen the other. I could care less.
The point is, it's whether you believe it's round or flat. The whole point is, are we ever going to go out there in outer space to actually see it? Probably not.
We're not supposed to go out. Do you know that we're not supposed to go out?
The thing is, we have to unite together. I mean, God showed me that we should focus on what we should focus on, which is the ME and the Bible change it. I mean, because
do you know in Ecclesiastes, I believe it says that we should limit our travels to the air. We should not go to the birds of the air. We should not go into outer space. That's what it says. We're not supposed to even go there.
Yeah,
that's people don't know that stuff. They don't read, so they don't know.
So I want to go, if you guys can, to the chat and ask. So if we can actually go up in space and everything else, would you or the person who's going up actually say that it's flat or round?
Supposedly they would say
because they say a lot of stuff about it. So that's
you've looked into the flat. You've looked at the flat Earth thing, and you're alerting to the fact that the curvature of the Earth.
I know.
And they're saying about the lenses that they use, and all that stuff. And to me, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference if it was or it wasn't. However, you, Brian,
I see a round Earth in my telescope, and I have a really badass telescope. So I don't know.
No, no, but that's the point. The point is that, like Brian and I were talking about before, is that you see these flat earthers everywhere now, where 5 years ago you never heard of flat earther at all.
No,
you never did.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of it. Now they're everywhere. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Except who we did lose, right, Brian? We were talking about we lost the environmentalists. We used to have environmentalists everywhere. Now we have flat earthers.
Hallelujah.
I tell you the truth, guys. I would rather deal with an atheist, a card-carrying atheist, than to deal with a flat earther. Really, I'd really rather. I'd have a better time dealing with an atheist than I would a flat earther, because they're the
Load Eagle. So shout out to him, because I'd really like to talk to him personally, just like be able to talk. He explains the fact that he's like, no, it's not a round, or he said, like, it's not a flat earth. And like, remember whenever what's his name, who's that guy that always has to cause trouble? Al Gore.
Yeah, Al Gore.
Oh, he was the guy who invented the internet, but that got changed to CERN, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So Al Gore, the
Seriously.
reason why we don't have a polar like ice cap at the top of
I
the
would
earth.
ask him why. I would ask him why he sold Al Jazeera for billions of dollars to a terrorist organization. But I won't get into that either.
Yeah, let's not talk about that here.
Yeah.
But
it's
if you
things
want
have
to talk
changed.
about that, I would down, but like just not live.
I understand.
But I mean, seriously, he said that the world, or like the oceans, were gonna rise. The oceans
Well,
were
yeah,
gonna rise.
if the polar ice caps melted, it would have flooded out Manhattan and all that.
Right,
That's
and
just
it-
another ME, just like the land masses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But to talk about politics, guys, in all seriousness, I in my personal opinion, sorry to say, I firmly believe that there'll be an attempt on Donald Trump's life sometime soon.
I
firmly believe that. They hate him so much, they're going to have to try to take him out.
Yeah, but I believe that God's hand is on him.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's gonna get taken out. I really don't believe that, because he's the King Cyrus anointing. I mean, all the prophets throughout common Christian.
What does that got to do with it? Was that? I don't think he's a prophet. No, I don't think he's anything.
No,
like
no. Trump's not a prophet. I'm just saying,
okay,
like Kim Clements.
Hold on.
Kim Clements and a lot of these other people prophesied that, the 45th president with Isaiah chapter 45 deals with King
for
Cyrus.
God's sakes. Yeah.
That's where that's spinning at.
All the people that are in power, guys, are in power because God let them be there. Even Obama,
exactly.
everybody who's there. That's why you're not supposed to attack these people. Don't attack them.
No, it says in Rome. It says in Romans that pray for those who are in authority. All authority has been established by God. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Ooh, thank you. I'm back in.
Hey, there you are, buddy.
Man, I tried everything. I reset the phone. The clock was still counting. I mean, it just
did you try
out. It wouldn't let me in.
Did you try Pop-Tarts? Blueberry Pop-Tarts specifically.
Blueberry Pop-Tarts.
It's strawberry for me. It's strawberry for me, guys.
It was blueberry pop. You got to read the directions. It's the Mandela Effect. It was blueberry. It was never strawberry. It was always blueberry.
No, my reality was always strawberry. Strawberry fields. No, it's strawberry fields forever. Always remember that.
And there was some two-year-old throwing a temper tantrum. I don't know. That's all I know. That's all I know.
Hey guys.
I want to know who said that.
Guys, what about watermelon? You guys talk about watermelon as a berry now?
I don't.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's weird.
Oh, I don't know.
The word "wordser" is in the dictionary. I call them fictionaries now.
That's funny. Who said that? Who said fictionary? Brian?
I did. Yeah, Tyler. That's a play on.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Because they can basically make everything and anything up in now.
Over
I swear.
the flight line, so I'm gonna have to not be able to talk that much. They're flying.
Cool. And I thought about this too, guys. I don't think they're gonna try to shut you down as long as you're not saying anything bad, you're not speaking out bad against the government or against you or anything like that. As long as you're just observing the effects and all that, you're posting. I don't think they can do anything to you, really.
No, I just think we're all nuts.
The thing is, I tell people all the time. I say, I'm not going to cow down to or lessen myself because I want to behave. I mean,
Yeah.
now I'm not gonna just belligerently. I'm not gonna just attack them. But if they messing with our timeline, man, I don't have no respect for that because you messing with my body, you messing with the chemistry of my thinking. I don't have no respect for you if you don't respect
No.
if you don't respect my life and you don't respect God's, you don't respect God's word. God said, God said that I don't worry about who can kill my body. I worry about who can kill my soul.
Yep.
I'm not worried about what the government think. If they shut YouTube down, I just have to do like God said, go to the highways and byways and compel men to come. I enjoy the platform, but the platform is
And put
beginning to be
your
platform is beginning to be watered down. When they sold our internet to the UN, in I think that was November. I knew this was coming.
Hey guys,
we'll see, guys.
channel where the fun never ends with Mandela Effects. Sorry about that, you guys. Welcome all Mandela Effect and say.
Oh.
So I decided
Are
to
we on
investigate.
YouTube now? Other?
Sorry, I was trying to close out
Sorry,
my.
I was quiet.
Sorry, I was trying to close out my tab. Sorry, and when you reload it, it starts playing the video. Sorry.
I don't know
Sorry about
because
that.
they don't do.
I
I
love
hate
your
that about
intro.
YouTube.
Your intro getting better and better, Brian.
Thank you, man. You got a good intro too, man.
Keeping it interesting.
Hey, you guys, I just heard of a new potential body change.
What's that?
And somebody
No.
just left a comment underneath one of my videos, and they said she and her friends and her family are now getting the ring around the eye, the limba circle, right? But then
Right.
she said, I have something really strange going on in my mouth. I have a second row of teeth are growing in, and my husband has the same thing.
Oh my
No.
God! Wow.
So she
I'm
just
getting them.
actually left a message, and I asked her if she was going to go to the dentist, and she's going to the dentist
Husband.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Now, if
husband
I
just
start to get the
told me
second row of
he's
teeth,
coming
I'm
home.
through.
Oh, I'm looking up on Google right now.
Now,
We're gonna see
I
some
know
horrible
my
pictures.
son got a double bite. He got a second row of teeth. But he's they tell me that's because his other teeth is pushing back, but they said they can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay.
if you grown and you getting a second row of teeth, something wrong with that.
Yeah.
No,
But
and these are
there's
adults.
It's
These
good.
there
are
is
two adults.
something to that. There
Yeah,
is something
no,
to
the
that.
adult teeth come into the
Am I the
other
only one that
teeth.
can't hear Shammy very well?
She's
Can
got a
you
lot
hear
of
me?
airplanes flying around.
Yes, she does.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm trying.
You can still hear you.
I have
Now about that
I
second
have
row of teeth.
lots of planes.
Okay, about that second row of teeth. There is a fringe group of people out there that believe in what's called the serpent seed. Eman, do you know anything about the serpent seed?
No,
Yeah.
sir.
What is
Okay.
that?
The serpent seed, it's an old doctrine. Anyone know about the serpent seed at all, Brian? You know about it?
I heard about it's sort of like the snake or whatever, the
No,
serpent.
the serpent seed is goes all the way back to Cain and Abel,
Right.
that lore, and it's what you call the children of the devil in the New Testament. The Bible
Right.
refers to the children of the devil,
No.
and that's what the Bible said. It says children of the devil. It's not something that we made up.
Yeah,
But isn't it
But
spiritual?
yeah, this would be spiritual. There's something to
Yeah.
it because it goes directly into the Mandela Effect. Okay. And what it is, it's an old doctrine that people don't talk about, but it's an old doctrine called serpent seed doctrine. Whereas when Jesus' line was being preserved, Jesus' line, you do understand Noah, Abraham, they're all related. All those people are related. They're all related to each other. Moses, Noah, Abraham, they're all related. Isaac, Everyone's related. They're all Jesus's great.
Melissa's talking, but it's a male. Who are you?
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm saying it's a male talking with Melissa's place.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait a
So
second. Am I like what was that? How do I get off from like focusing on one screen
Hey,
thing?
maybe we should go off of live. We've been live for a while.
Oh, we've been live for.
Long time.
Oh yeah.
I do gotta go, guys, though. But thanks for having me come on. I love talking and listening to you guys. Awesome show.
Yeah, Tom, I think this is a great way to get your name out there too. Like, keep doing these live shows, man. Don't give up. You know.
Oh, I won't, man. As long as I got all you celebrities on here. You kidding?
Celebrities.
I'm telling you, Brian, EYA, E-Man, you guys are like celebrities.
Man.
Because when I came into the ME Effect, like June of 2016, I sort of, after a while, watching you guys' videos, I said, these guys are like awesome, man.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
so
I'm sorry. You know what I'm going to do? If I may say, is that seriously? Okay, wait,
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah, you are a
Really?
celebrity.
We're not celebrities. We're really not. I mean,
We just workers in Christ.
seriously, I just feel like we're just being obedient. I know I am, and I'm just doing what he's asking of me. But really, all the glory to him. Bye, Rena. It was nice seeing you.
Not go live.
But you know what? I want to see who's putting up the skeleton right now. Who's putting that up?
That's Melissa.
Oh, hey, Melissa. So, Tom, were you asking how to go
Yeah,
ahead and
yeah. Let me go throw that up there. Okay, it's up there.
Okay, I don't see it, but maybe it's
Give
I'm
it a
just
minute.
hanging out. I'm not looking at the live screen right now. Let me go to it.
Are you talking about the skeleton?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You have to actually tap on that picture.
Yeah,
They
that's
won't-
what I did.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. We keep getting new holes. What's going on?
I mean, the skeleton looks smashed in there.
What is that? What is that underneath the jaw?
That's a
Oh,
snake.
yeah.
It's a snake tooth. That's what it is.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's like a serpent's tooth.
Can you go back to that? I want to
yeah.
see.
Yeah, I wanna
what's
see
on
that.
the skull. I want to see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Let me turn this back around.
Oh.
There it is. Good shot. There it is.
No, you have it.
Yeah.
Mandible.
Why can't
Hey,
I
look.
see it? I don't know why I can't see it on the. I'm only looking at the Hangouts. I'm not
Right.
looking at the live
I don't
one. But
see anything.
No,
now.
only you gotta do it if you're on the live. Just tap on that picture.
Just
oh,
click
you
on
know what?
Melissa.
Oh, thanks. I
Click
just
on
learned
Melissa.
something new. Okay, I didn't know that. I can see it now. Okay.
Yeah, just tap on the picture.
There's two of them, one on each side, right?
Yeah. There's
Zoom it up a little bit because we can't see
the heck
it.
is that?
It's above
What is that?
above the
Yeah.
pictures.
Oh, there you go.
Here you go.
What the heck? What is that called? Does it have a name?
Yeah.
It's called
no.
holes in the skull.
No.
Hey,
No.
guys. I need this like a hole in the head, okay?
Right.
That's not.
That's what that's called, a hole in the head.
Brian, was that there the last time we looked at this?
Wait, which one? Point to it again.
Brian, were those there the last time we looked at the skull, me and you?
Yeah, those were
Yeah,
there.
they were there the last
pointed
time.
them
But
out.
no, that's. Does anybody here remember these things? Because I sure don't.
Here.
No.
Now, mind you, I didn't really study the skull like that, but
Now,
that,
E-Man, as much trouble as I'm sure you and I have been through as guys, now tell me if we wouldn't have broken that thing at some point.
man, I'm telling you, especially that little fork.
Look at it. Look at because it's completely unprotected. It's completely.
I mean,
unprotected.
that fork look like if you bend your head, you're gonna stab yourself.
That's right. We would have broke it.
Here's the hook on your shoulder.
You know, it's funny. I was just trying to like push kind of hard in the air to see if it would hurt a little bit.
Hey, don't do that. You might cut. You might cut yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm getting tired, guys.
You'll be stabbing your own self.
EYA, if I can ask you, can you turn that skeleton around, please, Melissa, so EYA can see the back shoulder blades? The back of the shoulder blades? Are we growing wings or what? What is that?
Why?
Oh, that is okay. But I didn't. I am not in the medical field, but that is looking
Hey, Suze.
And then look at the
Can you come here,
spikes.
please?
bizarre. Oh, you
I'll
guys,
Oh, the spikes.
you
Yeah.
guys, you
Now,
guys.
guys, I'm calling.
This is
My wife's
just
a nurse.
absolutely bizarre.
My wife's a nurse, so I'm calling her in here to take a look at this.
Cool.
Well, you can
If you
have
don't
a
mind.
Yeah, let's. I want to see what she has to
Yeah.
say.
Let
we
me
have
get her. Let me get her.
we have cartilage right here now. This blue is all cartilage.
Oh yeah, that's another one I found out tonight.
That's all
Yeah.
cartilage now.
Hey, could you do me a favor?
This is an amazing website. I'm gonna actually have to go ahead and save it, bookmark it.
Hey, do me a favor. Look at the tailbone for me. Look at the
Does this
tailbone for
look
me.
right to you? This is
Tailbone.
right. Can you guys show her? Can you guys show her the wings, please, on the back?
Yeah.
Can you spin it around again?
Let me. I gotta
Okay.
go the other direction. Hold
Gotta
on,
turn
guys.
around to the
Trying to be a butthead.
Okay, here we are. This is the top. This is the
Alright.
okay. And we can spin it so you can see the back to see if it's right to you, Suze.
Hey, what is that? Wait a minute. You see that little thing? Go turn it back around.
Oh my gosh.
Wait,
what are we
what?
growing? Fins?
What is
This is
that?
not right.
No, those.
That's not right.
What is that?
I've been in medical. That is not right.
Back to this thing, but it's not. It's supposed to end there. That crease is not supposed to be.
Okay. What she just said, guys, is now when you're looking at the back. Okay, that's what you just highlighted. What she said is that because she's a nurse, she said that this bone that comes down at that angle. She said that stops right halfway, right there. It does not continue down. She says that stops right there, right there. It stops. It does not continue down. That whole thing is wrong. That's what she just said. Yeah,
She's saying
that's
it's
not
wrong?
supposed to be there. She
I
said it's
agree
not
with
supposed to be
her.
there.
Oh my God, yeah.
I agree with her.
I agree.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
here.
She's a nurse. She said no, that's wrong. Of course, everything's wrong. That rib cage is wrong, but that's new and that's wrong. So we were
You know,
right.
I wanna-
What you
hey,
guys are
Tyler?
calling wins? Yes.
Does your wife? Does she agree? Can she tell us where the heart is located?
Yeah, the heart's wrong. Where you think the heart is located is probably right because the heart is wrong now.
Where's Gen X?
Well, I know. I was in the emergency room, and I asked the doctor. I said, "Where's your pulse?" And he said, "Right between your, where your wrist is." And he said it's supposed to be in between your two veins. And I said, "Well, I don't feel no pulse right there no more."
Well, I noticed my breathing changed. I don't like, and Teresa noticed it too. Like she said,
You see that tailbone? Is we growing a tail?
Yeah, right.
And look, this is a
That's
male.
not right either.
This is a male. This shouldn't be open.
Nope.
No, that was joint.
At all. Ooh,
That's a male.
It should not.
This is a male. This should not be open.
So,
At all.
guys,
Gosh. Well,
There's a bone that
So-
goes across
Wait.
here,
wait,
and it's
hold on.
gone.
Ooh.
Melissa, real quick. What is okay? There's those bumpy areas or whatever, like camel humps, on the femurs. I don't remember that. Do you? On the inside of the femurs, the big bone, right there. Look on the inside at the very top. Was that there? No, go to the top. Go toward the
No, you
top.
talking about the bumps right there? Yes,
Right beside the bottom
There
of the
was
pelvic
bumps.
bone.
Yeah.
like the
there was
Lego,
bumps.
you're saying that that's like a
That
Lego.
there? I don't remember that. Do you?
What?
There was bumps.
Spin it around to the front again, where we were. Look at the top of the femur, the big bone.
I know. I'm saying, like, there was, like.
Was that?
Hold on.
Yeah, was that camel hump there before you guys? I don't remember that. Do you?
I noticed that a couple days ago.
Was that there before?
I didn't remember it being there, but
Oh, this is
every time
annoying.
I
It
point
traced it,
something
so I
out,
thought.
everyone's like, "What?"
This lens into. Remember? Do you guys remember? Okay, E-Man. Do you remember Noah's Ark? Do you remember when the alien, the angels
Totally there.
the angels cohabitated with the daughters of men because right, and then right, and they were all destroyed right after that. Correct?
Who is talking?
I'm Tyler.
Hi,
I mean,
Tyler.
Hi.
And so, yeah, I mean that's what I'm talking about. You know, a lot of people don't understand. This stuff where spiritual the angels was actually in a different dimensions, because if
Right.
that's the case, that means we was in a multiverse back then.
Was
That's
my daughter in
No, I
that
think no. They transferred themselves to
multiverse?
men. The angels made themselves into men. The angels actually became men, and they came into the daughters of men. And then there were giants in the land in those days, men of renown. And then
minimum now, yeah. I mean,
You're
right.
scaring me.
Wait a
only
minute.
reason
The fallen angels, you guys, the
That
fallen
guy
angels
needs
never became
to
men. They
No.
Yeah,
never became human. They were never human. They were fallen angels that cohabitated with human women.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Nephilim.
Right. They didn't
And
become
that's why
men.
they
They
were
cohabitated
actually
with women.
right. So
How
they
do
were.
you
They
know
never
the
became
difference
mortal
then?
men.
What's that?
How do you know the difference? Like my
The difference of
husband
what?
could be something different.
Right. I'm saying that what's happening now reminds me of somebody's messing with our DNA. That's what it reminds me of.
Oh, we have complete knowing who the DNA is over here.
If you really want to look at it, I remember the Bible, like I was saying earlier, that we some reason they're transforming us for some purpose, and I don't know if is a game, or is they
Yeah.
putting these extra things in to manipulate us later, and so
Yeah.
I think I think
and so.
if that's what they're doing to our bodies, I wonder what they're doing to our brains.
Right, and so if you look at all of these chemicals, like the chemtrails that they're putting in the sky, you know that's metal
Yeah.
in that chemicals, and so what effects is that going to have once they, because you know that machine over there is electromagnetic, and if you breathing in metals, them magnets attract metal. And so I believe that's just a way to get us all plugged into the system, even if we don't take the FRD chips. We're
Yeah.
gonna be
I
we're
understand.
gonna be
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested to see why the Mandela Effect is interested in my Bible, and they're interested in anatomy too. That doesn't make any sense. They're interested in changing this stuff.
You know what I
well
think, you
because
guys? When I think of them changing the body, I think it's because the enemy knows that we are made in the image of God.
yeah.
And I feel like it's just a total act of rebellion and defiance.
Yes.
We're not made in the image of God anymore,
We
guys.
are
That's a good
rebellion.
We're in the
call.
corrupted.
Now, guys, we're not born in the image of God anymore. We are born in the image of Adam. That Adam was made in the image of God, but now we're all made in the fallen image of Adam. We're all made in the image of Adam.
You're right. You know,
But I understand what you're saying.
You
The
are
lowercase
right.
t. The lowercase t used to look like a cross, and of course that
Right.
got
That's
corrupted.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
oh my gosh.
Right. That's
Oh,
right.
And that's because that's a symbolization, like EYA. That's a rebellion. That's
Yeah.
I want to take away the cross because that
Yes.
symbolizes God and
I think
Jesus.
you're right.
So
I think you're
so
right.
if I take away these crosses, if I take away all the crosses, now see they take away all the crosses, but then
so
they taking the right side of the cross off to symbolize, you know, Jesus sitting on the I think
Right
no
hand
no no no
side.
right hand side of God.
Yes.
And see,
Yeah.
Yes. I think you're
all of
right.
this is
I think you're
all
right.
this is a message in between messages, and if
Yeah.
you can decode it, that's a whole different story.
I
And
think it's as
so,
simple as man. I think it's as simple as corrupting everything, corrupting
oh
it
yeah,
at
Oh,
100%.
where's Gen X?
Yeah.
and see,
Gen
and like
X
I
is
tell people,
really good with this
I
stuff.
hate to tell people this, but a lot of people don't like that when I say it, but I hate it.
I'm not.
It's like the devil is playing a game, and God and the devil
Do you
they playing
know?
the game, and the devil
Can I
trying to
talk to
say,
you?
yeah, I'm winning now. I'm
Can
winning
I
now.
talk to you?
Oh yeah,
And
that in
I
itself.
really
Go ahead, Shammy.
don't care what the devil does or
It's a
anything.
trick.
I
Hey, you guys, I don't
love
know why, but I'm
the
hearing like it
people.
sounds like somebody's playing a video.
Seriously, they're hearing way more.
And it
So
sounds like I just heard someone
don't.
just say, seriously, they're hearing a lot more. So I don't
Oh
know
yeah.
who's talking right now. It's a female.
It's me,
Becky, is that you?
Shimmy.
Okay, so
Uh,
it's Shimmy,
No,
you're
no,
trying to
it's not.
speak.
It's not me. It's Shammy.
Shammy. Yeah, it's Shammy.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
not
that's
trying to
so
be a
weird because
butthead.
when Eman was talking, then I could hear you talking
Yeah,
simultaneously.
and I had to put stuff off.
Yeah, just mute your mic whenever you're talking to whatever or creating a sound. Just mute your mic. That'd
I
be the best
haven't
way.
had anyone just talk to my mic, by the way.
You know what? Hey, just FYI, Tom, you can go ahead and control everybody's mic on your end.
Oh, I can. I didn't know that.
So
yeah,
go
yeah.
on your
It's a
computer.
control. You got a control thing.
On the left-hand side of the screen on your computer, if you
Right.
click on it, there will be controls, and you'll see every person listed, and you can actually control their sound.
Right.
Sorry, I'm
It's not where it
loud.
says Google Chat. It's Oh, where it says not viewers.
No,
But
it's like it's right there. Well, I think some of it's on the side, some of it at the bottom. They at the bottom, and so you can mute them, or you can block them, you can boot them out. You the master of the channel, so
Yeah, it should be control room. I think it's that little
Oh,
gray
it's in a control room.
thing.
Oh,
yeah, it's in
okay.
the control room. So
That or
not where you're looking at in Google. You have to
Yeah,
actually go to where you started it.
yeah, the YouTube. Okay, the control room. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
what?
you can
where do
raise and lower people's volumes.
is this like where on the YouTube channel where you do the live streaming?
No, it's not in the YouTube. It's actually in the control room.
The
It's like
sidebar.
that
It's
thing
the
that
sidebar.
the thing where where you hit start your channel, start your recording. That's where you got to go.
It's to the left.
Yeah.
On the left sidebar, it's about the probably like the fourth or fifth icon down on the left. It says control
Yeah.
room. Oh, I get what he's saying. He probably thought it was the live control room because there's that.
Yes.
That's probably what it was.
Oh, okay.
What you were
No,
thinking.
That makes some sense.
being
That makes some
mean.
sense.
Yeah, it's inside this actual tab, the Hangouts tab to the very left.
To the left. Okay.
Yeah, control room, I think is what it is. It's one of those icons right there. You can set the volumes and turn people's voices up, I guess.
I hear Brian.
You hear me? Okay.
Why are you over there?
Oh.
Because the rent's too high anywhere else. That's why.
Yeah, I can hear you. Brian, I can hear you. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, she getting a very bad delay.
Slight delay on these things, like maybe 2-3 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you're watching, it will really mess you up. If you're watching the live YouTube and then you're watching the Hangout, it'll mess you up a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I always take off my control room, so I can I don't even look at the control room because I mean the YouTube part. I just take the YouTube part off.
So what do we say about like the whole thing that's happening today?
Well, she on a different timeline because I don't even know what she talking about.
Well, I have a question for Tom. This is Becky.
Yeah.
Tom, did you get the picture of the Bible reference book? I sent it to you in Messenger.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be good to.
Yeah, let me
I
share
thought
that.
that was really good because it was Isaiah, referencing Isaiah 11:6.
Oh yeah. The lion lamb. Yeah, I see. Let me go ahead and
And
share this.
Adam B actually found that in another group, and I asked did the person who found that.
It's got to be
want any
parenthetical,
credit.
right? Let's see it. The
Yeah.
parenthetical.
I'm not really sure. It was a Bible reference book, to the best of my knowledge. I don't know anymore.
You guys see it now?
Yeah,
You see it?
Yeah, lion lamb. Yep.
The
Yeah, that's
person
what that
didn't
is.
want. I'm sorry. The person didn't want credit, but they said, just say a sister in Christ, and please do share.
Hey, do me a favor, Tom.
Yeah.
Do me a favor when you get a chance. Go to photo edit and zoom it in because I can't read it and I can't manipulate it to read it.
Well, if you could can you see it now, E-Man?
Yeah, I can see it, but I can't see what the pages say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
I gotta go, brother, but thank you for having me on. And man, keep up the great work. Okay.
Appreciate it. Hey,
Great job, Tom. Man, this is a good one.
You guys are my role model.
And I'll read this out real
Well,
quick.
thank God
It's
we're
saying-
okay too from the eclipse and everything. I'm really thanking God that we're still alive and kicking right now.
Yes, yes.
Amen.
Hey, did you enjoy your vacation over there? Because I was watching some of that live, and like you was having fun over there.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a blast. My kids were doing slow motion video and acting the crazy.
Brian, is this picture from you that you shared, or is this from Tom?
No, this is from
that's Tom.
I
Yeah.
did.
I'm passing it along because another.
Yeah, it's Becky's
another.
picture.
Well,
Becky.
Yeah.
What book did it come from?
Well, it got passed along to me. Actually,
Oh.
Adam B shared it to me. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I put my headbuds in, or earbuds rather. So basically, Adam was in a group, and a lady, I don't know her name, I asked him, did she want credit? And he said no. She just wanted to say, just say a sister in Christ found this. It was in a reference book she had. And he shared that to me, and she said, please share. So it's basically referencing, it says the lion in Jerusalem. It's a picture from the zoo. And in scripture, paired with the lamb and forming a symbol of peace. And it's referencing Isaiah 11:6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but for it to say the lion and lamb,
Yeah, that's what it is.
Lion
and reference.
Lamb, not a.
Not a wolf. Not a wolf.
Was
Never a wolf.
not a wolf.
So I wanted to say whoever the lady is that found this and originator of this find, I want to thank you. And thank
Thank you for your good work.
Thank you. Because if I had the money, I'd just print up T-shirts that would say "Not a wolf with a lamb."
The work too. I do the work too, but don't do it. Just let it happen.
I don't know what that is, but I think I think somebody either they sleep talking.
Yeah, or hitting their mic, maybe, huh?
Pretty much.
Well,
but that's a great residual. Now everyone here remembers Lion and Lamb, I take it.
Yeah, I remember Lion and the Lamb.
I do.
I remember the Lion and the Lamb. I remember huffing and puffing. I blow your house down.
It's blow your house in now, buddy.
Yeah.
My daughter's boyfriend. Oh, he just had this look like he was in shock. And then I showed him this cartoon and go, "What? Yeah, it's blow your house in now, buddy."
And so yeah, man, it's just crazy.
It
And,
is.
and like and like and like I said, man, this we don't know what rabbit hole this how far it's gonna go down.
Worried
But
about
I
that
tell people
though.
all the time on my channel, and I know you all tell them on y'all channel, man. This is a time we don't got time to be playing. Make sure we got all our ducks in a row. Whatever we done messed up in,
Yes,
ask them
sir.
for forgiveness and forgive ourselves, man. And so that we don't have any bad
But
baggage.
you know that we were doing that. So, do you want
Huh?
to actually like do something to
I think. Can I? Shammy, I'm sorry to interrupt over you. I think Kat and Brian had to go ahead and go, and I think we said
Right.
goodbye to Brian. But I wanted to
Yeah,
say
Brian, goodbye.
I'm sorry, EYA. I wanted
Yeah.
to say goodbye to EYA, and Brian as well. So.
Oh, EYA and Brown, they good. I love all their work. I mean, because they keeping the foot on the enemy's neck.
Amen. I agree.
And so, digital.
Yeah.
I'm about to head off and go to sleep now.
Yeah, I know. I think I got to shut down too.
And so,
Yeah.
I'll talk to you all later. And
I'm
I
gonna
All right.
try.
thank you for having me on. And God bless everybody.
God bless.
It's my pleasure. All my pleasure.
I'm gonna say E-Man, right?
The
E-Man.
E-Man.
I got it now. I
I'm
got it, E-Man.
gonna call him T-Man.
I got it. I got it now.
I call him T-Man.
Well, I think it was great. I do. We had a good night.
It sure was.
Thank you for inviting me on as well.
Oh, I just more the merrier. I invited more people, but it's like many are called, but I guess the chosen ones are the ones that show up, right?
It's all good. We all,
Oh yeah.
yeah, covered a lot. So.
Oh yeah.